All right, guys. Bro, today has been a bad morning. Look at my screen, bro. My screen doesn't even format right, dude. So this morning I woke up and I don't know how I'm gonna do this. This morning I woke up and Friday apparently I left my desk standing up when I left. So I left my desk standing on Friday. Well, I come in this morning at it's like 4 a.m., 4:30 in the morning, Houston time. And so I come in here and I try to put my desk down, but my desk starts leaning like at an angle, you know. So I would say like at like a 60-degree angle. And at that point in time, I've got two stacked 34-inch monitors, like one here, one there. I got two stacked 34-inch monitors. And so I start putting my desk down, and my top monitor that usually is the one you guys see just like my whole computer setup falls on the ground. My lamp falls on the ground. Coffee spills all over the floor. It was terrible, and now I'm like monitorless. I guess I should probably show you guys a different monitor. I might want to switch it to like this side now, actually. So we might switch that, or I could switch it to this screen, I guess, and we could just do this screen right here. Yeah. Yeah, it was bad, man. And now, like, I don't even know if that monitor works. It's sitting on the floor. I gotta like reinstall today. I gotta like reinstall the stand for that monitor. Just ridiculous. Honestly, and now look at this monitor trying to fit on the screen. Like, it doesn't really fit right. It kind of does, though. Is this works? Like, this should be good, right? I should be able to just leave this up. I need some coffee. Aside from that, I got my tooth pulled on Saturday, and it's still not feeling 100%. I don't recall earnings being reported this early. They do. Earnings come out early, bro. Most of the time. Some of them come out in the evening, but most of them come out in the morning, bro. So, like, Home Depot's already out with theirs. Walmart's dropping theirs at 7:10. Home Depot came out with 330 EPS. Bear with me, guys. I'm used to having a different monitor here, so hold on. There it is. All right, so let's look at HD here. So, it's popping up on this monitor. All right, so Home Depot missed sales, put downbeat outlook. So Home Depot dropped at 6 a.m., so about 20 minutes ago. And I would have streamed it, but, they posted EPS of 330, which was a beat. They beat their 326 estimate for Home Depot. And they also posted rev of 35.8 billion in sales versus 35.97 billion estimate. So better than expected EPS, worse than expected sales is what this is. So better EPS, worse sales. All right, so we're going to put this up on chat right now so you can see it. And again, my apologies. My tooth hurts. My monitor fell down. They did sales of 35.8 billion versus what did they expect for sales? They expected 35.97 billion expected. So a slight miss in sales rev. And we are putting these up on screen. And then their guidance was worse. All right, so this is basically Home Depot right here. We're going to put some music on so it's not so dull, but yeah, man. Might have to buy. It might be time for me to switch up. Like, you know what I've really been thinking about getting? I've been thinking about getting one of those ultra wide monitors, Can y'all hear this? Let me make sure it's actually coming through here at this point in time. All right, so these are paired up. There we go. We're in there. Fix this. Like I said, man, it's kind of a hectic morning. Here we go. How's the screen though? That's my real question. Like, how does this screen doing? Like, it should be okay, right? Like, I know it's a little bit different than what we're used to, but the problem is that like you can see it. It's kind of small. Hey, what's up, Johnny? What's Home Depot's PE ratio? But yeah, man, it's a rough morning. Honestly, let me know. Does the background work? Like, does this screen work? Home Depot's PE ratio is about 19. Pretty low. Do they pay a divvy out? Is the real question. Do they pay a dividend? Hey, does this screen work, guys? Like, be honest. I can switch it to a different screen if this doesn't work. Like, how do you guys like this screen? I know it cuts off at the top a little bit. Let me know if it works. We're also going to do a poll here. Let's go ahead and do one. Go ahead and ask people. Also, guys, we got our check mark, bro. Check it out. We got our verification badge, and they're shipping us our big play button. Check me out. Look at my check mark. I'm probably more excited about that than I should be. Do we bounce back today? Yes or no? Vote on the poll. Let us know what you guys think. Screen is not great. Yeah. What's bad about it? First, last, I guess. I can switch the screen up if you guys want me to. I might want to switch these screens permanently. Hold on, let me see. Let me try this. Hold on. I bet you I can. Bear with me, guys. Hold on. I'm right here. Hold on one second, man. Like I said, I'm having problems today with my computers. The good thing, the good news here is that I never use this monitor on my right side. Like, I have this monitor here. I never touch it. Like, I never use it. I don't use it for anything. And so I probably got a little bit too many monitors to begin with. I do want my setup back though, and my best monitor right now is not being utilized. I guess it was just a matter of time before that thing fell. Yeah, it's all good. Make sure we're monetized. All right, good. Yeah, Tesla at 207s here. Google down a little bit, but again, we took most of our profit off of that one. Apple down big here. Looks like Apple's dragging the market some, at least, no? Yeah, well, I mean, PPI came out Thursday, and maybe we're getting a delayed response from it. But hey, what's up, Richard? Hey, good morning, man. Hey, I had an all right weekend, man. Honestly, I had to get my tooth pulled, bro, and that's one of the weirdest experiences ever, man. I'm not really like a super nervous guy for that type of stuff, so I wasn't really nervous about it. They didn't even use the gas. Like they didn't even give me laughing gas. I basically just sat there with my whole face numb and just kind of watched them work and pull my tooth out. Now my tooth hurts, but aside from tooth pain, I'm all right. No, there's no inflation report today. What there is there is services PMI for February, manufacturing PMI for February, Canadian CPI. So we got Canadian inflation data, which might be relevant. It's not going to be super relevant, but we'll see. Core CPI for Canada matters more than base CPI. What we also have is existing home sales today at 10. So we'll cover that too. No, they gave me some pain meds, Geo, but I'm not taking them, man. Like I said, I've had some friends that have struggled with that type of stuff, and so yeah, I'm just not taking them. Like to be honest, it's not worth it most of the time. Like you take them, you feel good, then you feel bad afterwards, and so it's just not worth it. I'd rather just not take them. But they did give me some, but I'm not taking them. Honestly, it doesn't really hurt that bad. I don't know why you would even need it. Like, it hurt a little bit the first day I got it done. Once the anesthesia, or not anesthesia, once the, like, numbing stuff wore off, it hurt a little bit the first day. After the first day, it felt fine, I think. Like, I don't even feel it when I woke up. It's more just a little bit uncomfortable. Like, I can feel the stitches in my mouth is the only thing. Like, that's the only strange part. Aside from that, it barely hurts. Did the nurse rub your chest? Not this time, bro. No, the nurse didn't this time. But I'll never forget that previous dental experience. Anyways, I might switch monitors. I'm gonna try this out, guys. Bear with me here. Let me see if I can get this to work. Hold on. Bear with me, team. I'm gonna see how well I can get this to work. Hold on. All right. Yeah, I should be able to get this to work. Hold on, bear with me, guys. Let's switch screens real quick. All right, so we're green and lift. We're down a little bit in Microsoft, but down less than $100. And then we're watching the SPY here. And hold on, I'm switching my screens, so bear with me here. There we go. All right, that should be better, right? And then we'll just manage it like this. This is probably the best way to do it. I can look at the trading screen. I can still have my big monitor to do stuff with, where I can multitask. And yeah, it'll be exactly the same. Yeah, oh, bro, it would have sucked if I didn't have anesthesia. They didn't put me to sleep, but what they did, or I don't know if, let me see. They gave me a numbing agent, though. Oh, so I guess it's technically called an anesthesia as well. But yeah, they just numbed it was weird. I didn't feel a thing, to be honest, the whole time. But yeah, if I didn't have those numbing agents, then it would have sucked. For sure. Microsoft almost break even on the day. It gapped down a little bit. It's pushing back up some. You can see Google up here. SPY is at 403s. I told you guys I thought we might pull back to like 400s. I think a pullback to 400s makes sense in the scheme of the market over the last couple of months. I think a pullback to 400. I think if you look at the SPY here, again, we just up so much since December. Like, December, at the end of December, around New Year's, we were at 377s. We're still at 404s. So we're still up like $30 a share on the SPY, and more on that, obviously, on the S&P 500. So, it is what it is. We'll see if we continue to pull back. But I thought 400 was a reasonable pullback level, kind of right here. I just thought it made sense. Here's 400 right here. I just thought it made sense. Yeah, for sure. DS, man. We're gonna get that. The plaque is ordered, so we should get it sometime soon. A 49-inch curved monitor. I gotta look that up, bro. How much do those run? Because honestly, at this point in time, I'm okay with writing that off. Let me look this up. I need to see like an actual picture. Like the pictures they give you on the screens aren't like how they really look. I want to see what they really look like. These things are $1,000 a pop though. They're dope though. I like them, but look, I'm a businessman. I like writing stuff off. Okay, like I really do. But $1,000 for a monitor is pushing it. You know, like the most expensive, like even these curved monitors, like the setup that I have here, and like what again, if you're just now joining the stream. I woke up this morning. I came into my office. And the reason I started the stream a little bit late was because I woke up this morning. I came into my office and bro, my desk was standing. So I left my desk standing Friday. I come into my office and I try to pull my desk down so I can sit down. Because to be honest, it's 4:30 in the morning. You know, it's 5 a.m. And so I pushed the down button on my stand. And bro, my whole chaos erupts in here, man. The whole stand, like the whole 34-inch monitor, a 37-inch. I think it's a 34-inch. The whole 34-inch monitor falls, you know, smashes on the floor. This thing breaks. The light bulb breaks. Coffee spills all over the floor. Honestly, it was chaos in here, dude. Carol runs in here like, what happened? You know, I've awoken the house. My whole computer setup tumbles to the ground. I'm just not happy about it. But honestly, luckily, the only monitor really affected was the one that I most of the time stream on. So, Cad GPT just says the 14th of the month every month, right? It's like Cad GPT will just state like one date of the month and then kind of go back to doing it. And then if that one doesn't happen, then it just pushes it back to the 16th of the next month. And then if that doesn't happen, it pushes it back to the 16th of the next month. Maybe we do, but no, the dogs didn't bark at all. The dogs were probably scared, to be honest here. Look, I like the curved 40-inch monitors, 49-inch monitors, but I think they're a little bit too much of a... I mean, I don't know, bro. I could swing with $750. The question here, though, the real question with this is like, how would I put it? How would I put it on my computer? You know, it would save me some time, though. I'll tell you that. I could probably get rid of all these monitors and use just one. The problem, though, in streaming, I need to select a screen. So it's actually better to stream not on a 49-inch monitor, because if it's a 49-inch monitor, the formatting will look kind of crazy. Yeah, my setup, I got 227 inches on both sides. So like y'all are actually looking at a 27-inch right now. I got 227 inches on both sides, and then I've got, and then I had two 34-inch stacked on top of each other. So I had one on the top and then one on the bottom, and they were just kind of stacked. That was the previous setup, but again, the top one just fell down this morning, and so now I've got a 34-inch ultra wide right here in the middle. That's kind of like my multitasking monitor, and then I've got my left side here, which y'all see right now. It's a 27-inch, and then I've got another 27-inch on right one. This 27-inch y'all are looking at is actually curved, so this is actually a curved monitor. But yeah. Okay, as long as you can run it as two separate screens. Meta? Is Meta pushing up here? I hear some people talking about it. If Meta keeps dipping, I might buy it. It's gapping up some. We'll see if it continues. So yeah, Meta really had his big pop after earnings, I guess. Or no, this must have been after the rate hike decision. You have 255s. See, the problem with spending that much on a monitor, though, bro, like 55-inch monitors is like, monitors are kind of like any type of tech. right? I'm skeptical. Like, I need a new laptop. I don't know if I can justify. I don't know if I can justify spending 2Gs on a 55-inch monitor. You know, like monitors are kind of like tech. Like they go obsolete. Not necessarily obsolete, but they become what's the word? They become outdated pretty quickly. You know, so like spending $4,000 on 2 monitors. Like, look, I'm a businessman and I make the money to do it. To be honest, like if I really wanted to do it, you know, I could, but it'd be hard for me to do. I'm actually kind of a cheap person. Like I don't like spending a lot of money, you know. Yeah, I don't know. Full. I think we might drop to 400 on the spot. Like I said, man, I think 400 is a support level. I think 400's been a level I've been talking about for the last few days, and you know, I might add to some of my swings positions here, but 400 just seems like a reasonable spot. Nah, I can't use TVs, MP. TVs just don't cut it, bro. Like, TVs sound like a good idea until you actually try to use one. There's so much lag in between the TV and the mouse that I can't use TVs. I've tried, you know. Like, if you've never gamed on a monitor, you should try it. I game on a TV, but, like, if you play video games, try it on a monitor. You'll see it's so much faster, you know. Home Depot dropped earnings. So if you look at Home Depot here, we also have Walmart dropping earnings in about 30 minutes for Walmart. About 30 minutes. See Walmart on the right? Walmart dips big, I might buy it up. You see Home Depot not really loving earnings. They lowered their guidance numbers here. So Home Depot posted better than expected EPS, worse than expected sales, and lower guidance. And so they are dipping down from about 318s to 305s currently. Yeah, for sure. Beach, 100%, man. I blame my dad, you know. Like, my dad made okay money, you know. I mean, we certainly weren't rich, but we certainly weren't struggling either. But, like, no luxuries, man. No luxuries, you know. Now, I go shopping with Carol, and Carol is just the opposite. Carol likes name brand stuff and all that stuff. And I'm the opposite. I get nervous buying it. Even if I have the money for it, I just don't like doing it. But I think that's a good mentality to have. So is it selling? What do you mean, Dominic? Doesn't Dow have 9% Home Depot, so they will influence the market? Yeah, for sure. Home Depot. So I'm looking at the Dow Jones. Yeah, so Dow Jones weight is about 6% Home Depot. So Home Depot is number 3 for Dow. With United Health Group, Goldman Sachs, and Home Depot being the top for the Dow. I'm trying to think of what the symbol on TOS is for the Dow. I think it's DJI. Yeah, here's the DJI. So yeah, when the open happens, the Dow will drop for sure. Because you can see Home Depot. It's not super bad of a drop. Like it'll still be fine. But Walmart will influence a lot of retail stuff today. So retail companies dropping earnings today is what's going on. Yeah, I think he did. Like I said, I'm grateful for it, to be honest. I think it makes you less like materialistic as well, Taylor. You know, so I think it's the right way to be. What's up, modified? I am 100x short. I already knew that. I knew you were short already, bro. Last time you spilled your coffee on your keyboard, didn't we move? We might have, to be honest. What's up, Layla? What's up, Mercia. Hey, good morning. Hope you guys are doing great today. Honestly, I hope y'all are having a better morning than me. I got my tooth pulled over the weekend. I woke up this morning. I have an electronic desk, and so I left it standing Friday, and I went to turn it down, and my whole monitor fell off my stand this morning, crashed to the ground, spilled coffee everywhere, lamp fell, busted. It's terrible. Hey, what's up, Lo-Fi? What's up, man? Raphael, what's up, dude? Ricky, Victor. But yeah, I got my tooth pulled. Man, not fun. Tooth is all right. No, my tooth was. It might have been dead. I don't know. So I had a root canal on my tooth like 6 or 7 years ago. I never got it finished because, like I said, we kind of moved away from that area, and then, like I said, there was also kind of we moved away, and in that, I never got the crown put on it. So it's like they did the root canal on the tooth. So technically, I wasn't supposed to be able to feel the tooth, right? I think that's what a root canal does. Is it takes away the feeling of the tooth as well. So I started to get a lot of tooth pain like a couple weeks ago. And when I went to the dentist and they were like, yo, we could do another root canal. And I was just kind of like, nah, just pull that thing, man. It's one of my back molar teeth. Like, I'm never gonna, nobody can see it when I smile anyway. Like, if anybody could see it when I smile, I'd probably maybe be different. But what I'll probably do is I'll get an implant put in there eventually. Walmart's starting to move up again. And again, Walmart's dropping their earnings. They are expecting $1.52 EPS on $159 billion in sales. So Walmart expecting $1.52 EPS on $159.08 billion in sales rev. So again, we'll see what happens. Home Depot there, Walmart on the left. You got Lyft in the middle. We are green on Lyft still, but less green. SPY down. And again, we might add to some of our positions today. Once the bell opens back up, we'll add a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I'm not against dentists, But I will say that, like, I would say at least 40% of the work you get done at a dentist is a complete waste of time. Again, I'm going to preface this with I have no idea what I'm talking about. But what I'm saying is that, like, okay, cavities will close back up if you brush them. Like, if you brush your teeth well, your cavities will close back up if they're small, right? You don't need to get every cavity filled. It's unnecessary, Like, most of the holes in your teeth will cover back up if you brush your teeth well, by the time I was 33, I had 2 cavities in my life, I didn't have any cavities under 30 before I was 30. The first cavity I got, I was like, I didn't have any cavities under 25. The first cavity I got, I was like 27. And when I told my dentist, I was like, yeah, I've never had a cavity before. This is my first one. They were surprised because they said my teeth look good, And so your teeth, the holes in your teeth will close back up if you brush them right. And so I think sometimes dentists just justify their own expenses, I'm not saying it's all a waste of. Obviously, there's true, real need for a dentist in some instances. I'm not saying dentists are not good, but a lot of the work they do is unnecessary, in my opinion. But again, maybe I'm wrong. Yeah. All right, guys. So again, we're waiting for the 8 a.m. Dot to hit so we can trade a little bit. It's been kind of a rough day so far. Yeah, bro. Dude, it was kind of like I was in like a really crappy position just now, man. Like, I came in here and my monitor was standing, and like I said, I've said this story a few times already, but like when I pushed the down button, bro, I swear I looked at my entire desk, and my desk's legs were off the ground on one side. They were like 4 inches off the ground. And so I've got this huge monitor set up on the desk. And so I'm just kind of like, oh no, what do I do, bro? What do I do here? You know, like, yeah, it was. I didn't know what to do, bro. Honestly, I tried to pull my desk the other way, it didn't work, and it just crashed down, man. But I just kind of sat there staring at it for like a couple minutes, like, how do I do this? Like, what am I supposed to do now? Honestly, I'm just glad it could have been way worse than it did. You know, it could have been way worse. Yeah, I'm not saying you don't need a dentist. I'm saying a lot of the work that they'll charge you for and do, like certain, like small cavity fills, are unnecessary, in my opinion. Again, but what do I know? I might be wildly wrong, but from my experience, most cavities will fill themselves. They'll close back up if you brush your teeth, if you actually clean your teeth right and you brush your teeth right. And so, like, you go to the dentist, if they're trying to fill 5 or 6 cavities, like, they're just trying to, you know, stack up some money, I think. And dentists are so expensive here. I got my tooth pulled. I don't have dental insurance. I never have. It was like $1,000. Which I guess could have been worse, but I might stream Coinbase today, Eddie. We'll see, bro. I got something else we gotta do. Yeah, I got the badge coming. I got the badge already, bro. I got the badge already. Look. Check me out. I got my check mark, bro. I'm a man of note, a man of worth, a man of value here. You know, I'm like the Dos Equis guy now. I got the check mark. You know what I mean? Listen. A man of note, a man of worth. It's like the Dos Equis guy. Like I said, they're said to be my badge too. I'm super excited. Honestly, they let me pick what I wanted, like what I wanted it to say, and I almost went crazy. And was like, John, top 3 best looking guys in the world who runs beginner trading. You know, I almost went crazy. And then Carol was like, no, bro, just do your channel name. And I was like, all right. But I was about to do it that way, but Carol talked me out of it. Yeah. Yeah, I already redeemed it, man. I'm pretty sure they're gonna send it to me. Let me see. All right, yeah. So they're already shipping that thing to me, man. Credit Suisse, how's CS doing here? Here's CS, and again, we do have Credit Suisse is down. Credit Suisse has had a tough year, man. You know, the bankruptcy rumors were swirling for them back in the day. No, I think all my monitors are okay, man. I think they're good. Like I said, every one that I'm using now, the only one that is questionable is the one that I had to disconnect it. It's on the floor right now. But, like, luckily, I'm going to be able to stream just like this, and so it'll be fine. What's up, Tyler? Hey, thank you, Anonymous. What are you guys talking about? Talk about a few different things, man. Yeah, right. It was about to be John, you know, the greatest looking top 3, you know, YouTuber in the world right now, for sure, top 3 in parentheses, who also might run beginner trading, you know, dash a top 3 YouTube channel. It was going to be something like that. All right, so Credit Suisse down a little bit. A lot of stuff's down. Google down, Microsoft down. Again, we might add to it a little bit. Microsoft bouncing back. We got about 8 minutes before we can add anything on TOS, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah. don't hate Eddie. Listen, bro. Listen, when you look this good, I mean, come on now. You got to label yourself as such. If you don't, you're missing out. Don't hate Eddie. Humility just flows through me right now, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, we got some stuff down. SPY is down to 404s. Will we drop to 400? I guess is the real question. If we look at our poll here, we did do a poll this morning. 53% of people think we bounced today. 47% of people think we don't. And about 200 people cooking breakfast. Yeah, Walmart earnings in about 8 minutes. Technically, Walmart doesn't actually drop their numbers until 7:10. So we really got about 18 minutes, but 17 minutes now. But yeah, sometimes they do it early. But yeah, Walmart set for 7:10 Eastern time, which is in about 17 minutes now. Walmart's actually gapping up again today, kind of leading the market relative to everything else. Walmart almost up to 147s, just under 147s at about 146.60s right now. SPY over VWAP, maybe we're going to do a rebound there as well. Microsoft bounced back some as well, so we're gapping down, but it's a small gap down. Market tanked a little bit, but the market has just not been super easy to trade, specifically for day trading. Swing trading, we got some time, and we're going to let these hold. So... French toast. I'm not really a French toast guy. I'm more of like a pancake person. Pancakes are kind of, like I said, pancakes are kind of my go-to. Like I'm more of like a pancake eater. I don't really like waffles. Waffles are too crunchy. Bitcoin dumped there, really, bro. I looked at Bitcoin yesterday. It was almost up to 25K. Where's it at now? And Bitcoin's still at 24.6K, so Bitcoin's still doing all right. It's not doing bad. It's probably down a little bit, but that thing hit over 25K yesterday or early this morning. Bitcoin hit over 25K. You know what I really want to do, though? You know what I genuinely want to do here? I want to try trading, I really want to try, I'd really like to try trading some of these, crypto with leverage trades. Like I said, I'm thinking about it, man. I'm thinking about it. I don't know though. Like we're considering it, but I kind of want to try to trade to crypto trade, some of this stuff, with leverage. I know you could trade some big leverage trades, in Bitcoin. So, been thinking about that. I don't know. We'll see. But I might try to make some content based on that on the crypto channel, maybe. Yeah, I like eggs over easy eggs for sure. I'm not really a scrambled person. I like over easy eggs. Gotta have it runny a little bit. Yeah, no, yeah, we cover a lot of that on the crypto channel for sure. I didn't realize how the Dow Jones was made. So the Dow Jones is United Health Group. So UNH. What does UNH own? So if UNH is so big of a company that's the biggest percentage regarding weight on the Dow, what does UNH own that makes it so significant? Anybody? King cake. No, I don't think so. Think pod. All right, Walmart's popping up like it released something here. Let's check. Look at Walmart on the left, gapping up some here to 147s. I don't think it's out with theirs yet, but it should be coming out pretty soon. PE ratio of UNH is about 23. The forward-looking PE ratio is about 17.6. I'm looking at. I don't see anything for. Walmart. I don't think Walmart's out with this. So we had Medtronic PLC drop their numbers. We'll put them up on in the chat. So Medtronic dropped their numbers here, but here's the Medtronic numbers. Mardi Gras was crazy, bro. Yeah, I didn't participate in it, man. Again, it's been a while since I did Mardi Gras, bro. Honestly, I got enough Mardi Gras done when I was young, man. Like I said, I grew up an hour away from New Orleans, and so like I did Mardi Gras every year when I was young, from like 18 to like 22. I did Mardi Gras like every year. I went to Bourbon Street, had fun, man. I got my partying done when I was young, you know. I don't really have the urge to do it anymore, man. I'm grown. I got kids. You know, Mardi Gras is fun if you've never done it, but when you do it every year, you know, it's stressful. So Walmart should be dropping theirs in about 10 minutes, to be honest. About 10 minutes. We still got a little bit of time. I hope it's good, man. I hope it's good earnings. I hope it drags the market up. Oh, I do Mardi Gras. Like I said, I'll probably do it again in my life. But like, again, I've done Mardi Gras a lot. Like I said, I'm a Louisiana native, you know. I've done Mardi Gras a lot. Rebound. Yeah, I think we might bounce back too. I see a lot of people saying Meta. All right, so there's Walmart. Walmart's right around the previous closing price. Look how volatile it is. So again, it's 7 o'clock now. I don't think it's supposed to set to release at 7 though for Walmart. I think it's in 10 minutes. So I think we still got a little bit of time. Yeah, so we still have about 10 minutes, I think. It's scheduled to release in about 10. Yeah, Meta's up. It's not I wouldn't say it's a crazy move. It's gapping up. So there goes Walmart up to 148. So I don't think they're out with theirs yet, but they might be. It's up to 148. I don't see any news. Let me see. If I'm slow on Walmart, let me know, but I don't think I am. I think it's just not out yet. All right, so we had Mexico retail sales dropping. December came in at 0.1 versus 0.4% expected. Lower retail sales than expected. Year over year, 2.5 versus 3.2 expected. Walmart's starting to pump up, though. Look at Walmart move here. So it's acting like earnings are out, and then it's retracing all the way back down to 147. So it tapped 150, and now it's coming all the way back down. What are the earnings, man? What are the earnings? I don't see it. If you guys have the earnings numbers early, let me know. I just don't see them right now. I don't think they're out yet. Medtronics dropped numbers. I brought my kids to the batting cages yesterday. And all right, Walmart turning down. All right, so Walmart posted 171, beat the 151 estimate. They are dropping right now. So Walmart did drop their earnings. Again, fourth quarter EPS was 171, beat the 151 estimate. It looks like sales came in at 164 billion versus 159 billion estimate. So better than expected sales and EPS is what I'm showing here for Walmart. We're going to put this up on screen. Better than expected sales and EPS. I'm not sure why they're dropping. Maybe guidance related numbers. They raised their annual dividend to $2.28 per share, marking the 50th consecutive year of dividend increases for Walmart. I'm trying to see why they're down though, man. They're dropping pretty big here. They're down to 144s on this data here. Maybe we'll buy it up. Is this guidance related? Does anybody see guidance for Walmart here? And again, here is the earnings right here. So we are going to put this up on screen. This is the earnings for Walmart. But I'm trying to figure out why they're down. Yeah, maybe we'll buy this dip. All right, we bought 25 shares of Walmart here. A little bit volatile of a trade, but that's all right. All right, we just made about $12.50, scalping that real quick. I could have held on to it a little bit more. Try to take about half that size, get about 12 shares. All right, we're in about 12 shares of Walmart now. Just kind of day trading it, scalping it a little bit, maybe. All right, so we're trying to scalp it, but you can see we're not really getting filled that great here. We're about $15 scalping Walmart. We could also buy the SPY dip here. All right, we just took 30 shares of the SPY. We're buying the dip. It's kind of an indirect Walmart trade. Take 30 shares, 40 shares. So we just got filled. Should have held Walmart, it looks like, but that's all right. All right, so we're in 40 shares of Walmart. We'll see if this drags the rest of the market back up too. Part of me wants to buy the dip some more here. I don't see anything bad for these guidance or for these earnings, unless guidance came out that was negative. I don't know why Walmart dipped. Go ahead and get 50 shares. Make it even 50 here. All right, we're in 50 shares of the SPY. Maybe going to consider buying a Walmart pullback as well. All right, getting the dip. All right, we're in 12 shares of Walmart now. 12 shares. Sales are expected to come up. Raise their dividend. What do you guys think? I don't think I'm going to add to the SPY trade. The more we dip under the view up, the less I like it, to be honest here. I'm just going to see if Walmart can pop up a little bit for me, though. All right, so there we go. There's a little pop. I got to see if I can get a better fill here, is what it is. There we go. Should I add a little bit more to this? Why is Walmart dropping? Does anybody know? All right, we're going to add a little bit more. We're in 24 shares. Let's go ahead and make it 25. There we go. We're in 25 shares. About flat. You can see we're down about 10 on the SPY. I'm not sure why the market's dipping, though. That's weird. Let's see if we get a little bounce there. I might add a little bit more to my other trades, too. Let me see what else we got. Google's down. We could probably add a little bit more to this one, too, if I want. But I'm already green on Google. Part of me is like, maybe I shouldn't. Microsoft, we could add a little bit to that. Yeah, most of Walmart's numbers look pretty solid, to be honest here. So again, we bought 25 shares. We're gonna see if this works. Ideally, I'd like to see a bounce here. Again, better than expected EPS, better than last year, higher than expected sales, better than last year. All right, so we're in Walmart, 25 shares. Little day trade is what it is. Meta pulling back some. Green on this, about pretty flat. I mean, we're slightly green on the two trades right now. We're down on SPY, green on Walmart, but again, I'm not going to add any more to SPY. SPY looks too weak, although we are kind of in a range, but again, I'm going to wait. See if we get the bounce that we want. All right, still in Walmart, still in the SPY. Meta dipping down a little bit. Hey, later, Lo-Fi, later, man. Patiently waiting. All right, so yeah, Walmart dipping here. We're pretty flat on Walmart. We're down like 15 bucks. Total, we're down maybe 20 on the trade. I want to give Walmart time to bounce at 142s, but I will cut it if it starts to really break down heavy here. I like the idea. Again, I didn't see the guidance numbers. I'm just now seeing guidance numbers come out, which is apparently why they're dropping. But, you know, like I said, it's a small trade. It's 20 bucks. We'll give it a chance to bounce back. EPS, so historical data was positive, but future projections were negative, unfortunately, here. Like I said, very close to cutting it. I want to see if it'll retrace fast, but if not, we'll just get out. I could add some more to the SPY trade and just try to give it time, but I just think the risk's a little bit too high there. If it really starts to break down and we get some big bear action, then that's not going to be what we want, obviously. Yeah, I mean, these are small trades, man. Like I said, it's like a $20 trade, guys. Yeah, again, it's looking weak to me. Like I said, my hand's pretty close to cutting it. SPY bounced it a little bit, but Walmart, I'm going to give it a little bit of time to bounce at this low level. There's the SPY rebounding fast, though. So SPY back up. Again, we're in 50 shares of the SPY. We'll let it test VWAP if it gets back up there. And again, I'll give Walmart a little bit of time to see if there's just a lag between these two. Again, my average is pretty good. My average is right here. So we pop back over 153. We're still doing okay. So I think I'm just going to let it sit for a second. Yeah, hopefully we get a bounce. We'll see. SPY bouncing up a little bit. Meta bouncing too. Yeah, well, I mean, in some ways, guidance is more important than historical data as well. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and cut it. You know, small little L to start the day, but that's all right. You know, it's Monday. We got lots of time. Like I said, we'll give the SPY a little bit longer because the SPY is looking a little bit stronger. Walmart's with the bad guidance. Again, we get some big discounts here. We'll consider buying Walmart for a swing trade, but we need to drop. We needed to drop a little bit more before we start to get excited about that, I guess. What is Raphael? Yeah, so pretty big guidance miss for Walmart. They expected 653. They showed 590 to 605. It's a pretty big miss for guidance. Yeah, like I said, I'll let the SPY trade sit. Regardless, I mean, like I said, this is an account that's got about 150,000 in buying power. The whole account's got about 30,000 in it or so. So with that, you know, like I said, $30 is not the end of the world. And again, every trade counts, but it's one of those things where as a trader, I'm green on the year. The way I'm trading right now works for me for sure. It is one of those things where sometimes I got to take little feeler trades and catch a bounce. And for every trade like this that doesn't work, we got a couple that do work. You know, I've bought these big earnings dips a couple times with stocks like this, and this one just didn't turn out, you know, well for me. But again, $25, relatively insignificant, and hopefully we'll make it back today at the open. It is Tuesday. That's right. Yeah, we don't really have any big data today, though. We got Walmart. We got Coinbase earnings, which I'm not sure if we're going to cover. We got some stuff going on over here at that point in time. So, yeah, maybe Zoldra. We'll see. There's no specific amount I make per day, Tobbs. It varies, man. Coinbase is at 4:30 today. They dropped their earnings at 4:30. Yeah, it's all good, man. Like I said, I'm just glad I got out because it's still breaking down big. Yeah, man, every trade's not going to be a winner. It's all good, man. I'm not, like I said, I'm not letting it negatively affect me too much. To be honest, I trade so much to where they all kind of blend together anyway. You know, what I'm really considering right now is looking at, I might add, again, I've made my money on Google, right? And my current average on the rest of my Google shares is 93.85. Google is currently at 93.60s. So part of me wants to add to it. The other part of me says, hey, I'm already pretty green on the trade. I've already scaled out of most of my position last week on my Google trade. And so I'm not sure what I want to do with this as well. Again, I don't know. We'll have to wait. But part of me wants to add to it, and I'm considering adding to that now. But again, I'm not sure. Considering it though, we'll see. Meta bouncing back a little bit at right around 175. Yeah, it's all good. The only traders that think like that think that anytime you lose, it's, you know, the end of the world, or is mostly new traders that don't experience the market that much, that don't really, you know, trade a ton. And so, do it. Should I add to it? I don't know, man. I'm thinking about it, but I'm gonna wait. I think we do have some data dropping this week. Now I don't know how I feel about the data coming out. So we do have some data coming out today. We've got existing home sales. We got services and manufacturing PMI dropping later on in the morning. So this morning, but it's later on. We've got tomorrow. We've got what is this? French. So to be honest, I'm not sure what this country is. Could be, no, I'm not sure what the country is. But tomorrow we've got nothing really in the morning as well here. So we don't really have anything big tomorrow either on Wednesday. Tomorrow we've got NVIDIA earnings in the evening. So that's big. So we got NVIDIA earnings in the evening. We're definitely going to stream and cover that. But again, today we don't really have much going on. Tomorrow we don't really have much going on as well in the evening. Oh, tomorrow we've got the Fed minutes report. So tomorrow we got the Fed minutes report. That'll be huge. And then after that, we've got NVIDIA. So tomorrow is going to be a busy day. Not necessarily in the morning, but in the evening, in the afternoon and evening. We got Fed minutes. We've got, like I said, we got the Fed minutes report as well as NVIDIA earnings tomorrow. So we'll cover that. And then Thursday, we have jobless claims like always, but we also have GDP data. So Thursday, we got GDP and jobless claims. Friday, we've got Friday, we got PCE deflator data. So Friday, we got PCE. Thursday, we got Fed minutes. Or no, Friday, we got PCE. Thursday, we got GDP data and jobless claims. Wednesday, we got Fed minutes and NVIDIA earnings. And then today, you know, we don't really have. We got Coinbase earnings this evening. But again, I've got some stuff going on. I'm not sure if I'm going to cover that or not. We'll see. It's an emotional game. Yeah, maybe. But like, as you trade, to be honest, like streaming is difficult. I'll put it this way. And again, we're going to start being a lot more strict with people here. Like, we got some trolls that just got to say negative things. And then whenever you call them out for it, you know, they end up crying about it. And so it's better to just kind of ban those type of people and move on. And again, I'm gonna have to talk to the mods about that. I forgot to talk about it this weekend. But yeah, we're just gonna be a lot more strict with like negative comments. Like if you're super critical or if you're, you know, talking smack or just kind of starting drama in the chat, we're just gonna ban you. You know, we're not gonna warn you. We're just gonna ban you. You know, warning just makes it even much more difficult. So like I said, we're just gonna ban you and move on from now on. Hope you guys understand. That's just the easiest way running the channel. But yeah, so Walmart actually rebounding back up. It's at 142s right now. Hey, what's up, Ed? Yeah, for sure. Like, well, again, I try to be nice. Like, I try to give people chances, but it's like people just end up getting weird, man. You know, I think what it truly is I think some people really want me to pay attention to them. And so when I don't pay attention to them, then in order to get attention, they have to say things that press my buttons in order to get attention, right? And so I think the only way to really combat that is just to ban them. You know, that way they get nothing, you know? Yeah, well, honestly, it's not one bad section though, Joe. You know, guidance is arguably the most important. You know, like, again, EPS and sales is historical data. It's historical metrics. right? Guidance is future projections. And so it makes sense that guidance is going to be the most significant thing out there for Walmart. Like it's going to move it more than anything else because that's what they're expecting it to do in the future. Oh, dude, is mine. Hold on, guys. I gotta be careful, bro. I think my lamp is gonna fall over too, dude. My lamp is looking sketchy out there. I'm not bouncing up and down. I'm not nervous. Again, I have restless leg syndrome, and so if you see me bouncing, it's me going like this, but it's just my leg bouncing up and down. Probably because I'm drinking coffee and it's 6:20 in the morning. But I have restless leg syndrome. When Carol comes and sits next to me, she has to like hold my leg down because my leg's just constantly bouncing. Like I said, I think it's ADD related or ADHD related. I can't help it. If y'all want me to sit still for 4 hours, you might have to see me jump up and down a little bit, bounce up and down a little bit, and y'all be all right. It's restless. I don't know if it's a condition. It's something that like my leg just bounces back and forth. Yeah, I'm not trying to make it an echo chamber or an echo chamber. I mean, Bob. But I think, again, I think running a community, you got to just ban people. Like I said, to put it into perspective, Friday we had people that were literally mad at me for using the term "rip." And so then when I said, hey guys, like, let's please not criticize the use of subjective descriptions, it's just not a reasonable thing to critique. Then they started insulting names and all this weird stuff, you know what I mean? So like in the end it doesn't matter, but I think the best way to combat that is just to ban them. Like they're just looking for drama. I don't think I should give it to them. Honestly, this lamp might straight up fall over on the while I'm working here. We'll see. Hey, thank you, Will. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, so Coinbase results are dropping at 4:30, I believe, is when they come out. Let me see. So Coinbase earnings. I'll check for you. Hold on. Let me look. So Coinbase earnings is scheduled to show up. So the conference call is scheduled to release at 5:30 Eastern time. And then the actual earnings are scheduled to drop at 4:10. So the earnings will come out at 4:10. They're expecting to lose $2.39 per share at EPS on $586 million in revenue. Right, 100% NCal. Right, for sure. Top 3 best streams on the internet. Hey, we try, bro. We try. And yeah, the thing to understand is like a lot of the people that act that way are people who I've banned previously who are kind of like, it's hard to explain. Like you got people who are just really like, they're just at a place in their life where they just don't have much going on. And so they kind of create alt accounts and try to troll and throw the stream off out of, because they're mad for something I did, a long time ago. It's just a weird situation running a channel like this. And so again, the best thing I can do, if I engage with them too much, I'm giving them what they want. And so the best thing I can do is just ban them. Hey, what's up, Tobias? So yeah, Coinbase earnings drop after the closing bell today. So they're going to drop at 4:10. So 10 minutes after the closing bell today, Coinbase is going to drop their earnings. And then after an hour or so past that, so at an hour and 20 minutes after they drop earnings, that's when the actual earnings call is going to start. Here's my wife, Stephanie. Crypto is up. Yeah, crypto broke 25K early this morning. We'll see if it continues, but Bitcoin right now is currently at, it had a big drop. So Bitcoin, it's weird, man. Bitcoin pumped up like super early this morning. all the way up to 25.3K. And then fell all the way back down to where it's at now, which is at about 24.5, 24.6. No, her name's not Caroline, it's Carol. Right, 100% Kieran. Oh, man. Bitcoin will retest 24s? Maybe. All right, so we're in 50 shares of the SPY. Again, I don't know what we're going to do. We might cut it. We might hold it. I'm not sure. Crypto Carol has been 25K. Yeah, so it's been chopping back and forth over 25K, under 25K. If you look at like a 30-minute chart, you can kind of see it's... Here, let me remove some of this so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, here's Bitcoin right now. And Bitcoin... Here's 25K level, which is right here. So you can see over the last couple days, Bitcoin has been tapping over 25K. There's a big wall there, though. Every time it gets there, it rejects. And so again, we'll see what happens. But you know, there's a big wall there that's been struggling to get over and actually hold. Solana. Hey. Sorry, catch you back up on my Discord. All right, so SPY bouncing back up a little bit. We'll see again. We'll see if it continues here. We're also watching like Google, AMC at 520s right now. 230s, doing better than it was, man. There's the SPY start to bounce back. Maybe we'll go green on this. The U.S. Secretary of State. Yeah, looking at some of the overseas news. All right, so yeah, Russia suspended its participation in the New START nuclear treaty with the U.S., according to Putin. Yeah, kind of reading the overseas stuff. This came out. Let me see. I'm trying to see the date when this actually came out here. But yeah, the U.S. Secretary of State Blinken calls the announcement deeply unfortunate. All right, SPY testing VWAP here. So SPY started to come back a little bit now. Again, we'll give it some time. We got 50 shares here. Yeah, Carol, old school name for sure, man. I always mess with her about it. My last name's London, and so we sound like an old English couple. SPY started to move up a little bit. Hey, thank you, Tony. What's up, man? We try over here, man. All right, again, SPY back over VWAP here. It's at 404.25. Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, my name is actually ridiculous. It's bad. My full name is absolutely ridiculous, bro. It's very, I'm not going to say it on stream, but it's very, for lack of a better word, pompous. Yeah, which is ironic because it's not like my family comes from like money or anything, you know. Hey, what's up, Emmanuel? Hey, what's up, George? Much love from Melbourne. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate it, brother. Midnight here, man. That's cool. Yeah, like I said, we got about 50 shares in SPY. We day traded Walmart a little bit this morning, but any other big earnings today? Let me see. We got Walmart, Home Depot, Medtronic, Louisiana Pacific, Arconic. All right, guys. So yeah, we got Walmart, Home Depot. So just to put it into perspective, Home Depot beat on EPS, missed on revenue. Walmart beat on EPS, beat on revenue, but missed on guidance. Medtronic beat on EPS. I'm not sure what they did on revenue. We'll have to look that up. Aside from that, those are the biggest ones we have today. We don't really have anything else super big dropping this morning. Tesla up 3%. Yeah, for sure. Tesla doing much better. Hey, what's up, Beatrice? Hey, you're part of my mornings during the week here in Portugal. I'd like to hear you live when I'm working as a software engineer. Hey, nice, Beatrice. That's cool, man. Thank you. Or that's cool. Sorry. That's cool. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're working on some software stuff right now. Again, I can't really be specific about what I'm working on, but we're working on some stuff. It'll be fun. I'll announce it sometime. But no, I appreciate the support for sure. I really do. Again, what I try to do here is I just run a free community. Like, I don't want to sell a course. Like, I've got sponsors naturally, but like, I don't sell any of our content. No paywalls. We're just trying to help traders learn. And then obviously we trade, but you know, just a way to help traders learn, giving traders a free resource. Oh, dude, we're the top 3 best trader in the world right now, Submariner. You don't know, bro? Listen, you know. Still, you are optimistic about going upside in markets. I mean, Car, I get it. You're really short bias. I understand this. But to be honest, man, you said we were crashing last week, and we're not crashing at all, man. I said last week that I thought we could hit 400s on the SPY, right? We're at 404s right now. And so I think we could drop a little bit more. Acting like I'm just always long bias is just not accurate. Again, what it is I understand ranges, right? But like this, again, to put this up on a big screen here, let's put a SPY chart up. Here's a daily chart on the SPY. This is the thing that, Car, you really got to understand, man, is that this is a daily chart of the SPY here. You know, what I'm trying to say is, like, look, pullbacks are necessary. The market's not just going to go straight up. You know, like, here's the full trend of the market, just to show you it. Here's the full trend. Like, that's the full trend. Like, you acting like we're doing this every day, it's just not accurate, man. Like, that's not what we're doing. You know, we are down very small levels. What I even said we might hit, like what I predicted us to hit, was this. I predicted we were going to go like this. You know, and we're not even down to this level here. Here's 400. And so again, maybe we crash, but like us dropping 0.5% is not a crash, man. You know, and I get it. You want to be right, and so we're here every day acting like we're crashing. But at a certain point, I gotta just kind of call you out on it and say, look, man, we're not crashing yet. Maybe we keep dropping. But again, 400 is the level. I think 400 is the level where I thought, you know, stocks are going to keep going up forever. You know, so it's reasonable to assume that as we're moving higher like this, like if you look at where we were in late December, we were at 370s, 360s, 370s in late December. And so we are now up to 405s, 404s. So we're still very high over the last couple weeks. And acting like, you know, we're just going straight down is just not accurate, man. And again, maybe we do. I'm not saying we're not going to crash, but this isn't one yet, you know. And maybe we do, maybe we don't, but we're not really in that yet, I don't think. So I think I'm curious to see what happens at 400. I think if we pull back to 400 and we bounce, I think that's possible. I think we could pull back to 400 if we break under 400. I'm not going to start looking at the market really bearish until we break under 400, you know, and we're at about 404s right now, you know, give or take. But as I always say, to be honest, I have no idea what we're going to do. Yeah, the only thing crashing is my desk this morning, bro. England PPI came in good. Did it drop today? I don't think that was this morning, right? You guys trade stocks? Yeah, we trade a little bit of everything. We bought a little bit. We're holding the SPY right now. Again, we're in like 50 shares. So we're down like $11. So we're holding the SPY. And again, we'll see what happens on that one. Yeah, like I said, maybe we crash, Car. Again, I really don't know, man. But again, all I will say is like we're not in one yet. We're still actually very green. Again, the easiest way to like look at this is like, okay, 20-day chart, still very green on a 20-day chart. You know, a pullback is inevitable after a certain point. We're not just going to keep going straight up. So again, a 20-day chart is right here. And so again, over the last 20 days, right? Over the last 20 days here, let me pull this up. We have done this, you know, and so what we do now is arguable. Like I said, we could do something like this. I thought we might pull back to 400, which is right here. We could do something like this, you know. We could do something where it's like we pull back to 400, and then we move up, and then we move down, and we kind of just consolidate. We could do something like that. We could do something like this, where we continue to break down and we chop down. That's possible too. Again, we're all just kind of waiting. I'm going to try to react to what happens. I know Canada CPI comes out in about an hour. All right, we are back. Let me find my headphones. Yeah, I think a good thing to talk about is how many basis points are going to be raised in the mid-March meeting. We still got a month for this to happen, and the Fed minutes report might influence sentiment regarding the Fed rate hike decision. Again, we got the Fed minutes report tomorrow. What happens here is like every 6 weeks the Fed meets to determine how much they want to raise or lower rates. That happens every 6 weeks. The last one was February 1st, so the last one was like 3 weeks ago. And so the Fed meets every 6 weeks, and then weeks after the Fed meeting, they do their rate hike decision. And so, or the week after that, they drop the Fed minutes report. The Fed minutes report is a PDF file that goes live at 2 p.m. on the dot that algos interpret mostly. And traders read that and they use that to kind of figure out what they're going to do potentially during the next Fed meeting. It happens every 6 weeks. That happens tomorrow at 2 p.m. We will stream the entire thing live right here. We will stream everything live right here, so don't worry. But yeah, we also have Canada CPI. All right, so bear with me, guys. All right, guys, bear with me. All right, so Canada releases their CPI report live at 8:30 a.m. I don't know how much it's going to influence things, but they do release it. And we will cover the data here for Canada. Let me optimize the stream for that. All right. All right, team. So yeah, we got Canada dropping their earnings. So we are actually green on our SPY trade right now. You can see we are actually green on our SPY trade. We do have Canada CPI dropping this morning. All right, so we are tuning this up. All right, so let's go ahead and fix this. But yeah, Canada again. Wait, Canada CPI is today, right? Let me make sure I got my dates right here. Hold on. Again, we are now green on our SPY trade. Maybe we should have held Walmart, but again, Walmart still not bouncing back much. Okay, so yeah, today we got Canada CPI dropping. Green on our SPY trade. Q bouncing back a little bit. Walmart starting to pop back up. But yeah, today we have Canada CPI that we will be covering at 8:30 in about 45 minutes. Yeah, market bouncing back some. You love to see it. Again, you guys want to see the graph? There you go. Is that better? Yeah, we are now green on our SPY trade. Not anymore, so slightly red now. Gonna give it some time though. Yeah, Tesla. A lot of people talking about Tesla here. Yeah, Tesla ripped up at the end of the day Friday too. Look at that. Nice movement here. Here's Walmart. I'm gonna put the SPY on the middle here and then Walmart on the left. Walmart with a big dip. Part of me wants to buy this thing up, man. For a swing trade maybe here for Walmart. Down to 140s. What's the PE of Walmart? They raised their divvy though. And so it's going to have a lower PE than standard because their divvy's a little bit, their divvy takes away from that. So let me see. Walmart. PE ratio is actually pretty high as well. I'm going to wait for Walmart. High PE. Announce the divvy. SPY still moving up though. No, so there's no Fed meeting tonight. I mean, it could, Raphael, but it's not super likely. It's just pretty far away. It's a big percentage up. You know, that would be roughly, Raphael, that would be roughly. So if Tesla, you got to look at it in terms of like percentages, I think, Raphael, to be honest here. You got to look at it in terms of percentages, right? And so 225, right? Tesla is about $200 stock right now, about $200 stock. So to hit 225, that's essentially a 12.5% gain this week, right? So the question you need to ask yourself is it reasonable to assume Tesla is going to go up 12.5% this week? It's possible. But again, in terms of like percentages, that's a big percentage. Now, Tesla, if there was any stock to do it, Tesla is the one because Tesla moves in big percentages. But again, it's one of those things where, you know, it could happen, but I wouldn't bet my life savings on it. You know, it might, and maybe it does. And I'm sure if it does, people are going to be like, haha. But like, again, I'm not saying it's not going to happen. What I'm saying is like shooting for 12.5% in anything. It's kind of a hard percentage. But again, if there was one stock to do it, it's Tesla. When are Baba earnings? Who you talking to? Think Pod. Not sure who you talking to, man. John, is Walmart fit your idea for a good stock rebound? No. PE's too high. Divvy is announced. I like the dip. It might bounce back. If I did do it, it would be a short-term trade. How much did you lose on what? You think markets will crash this week? No, not necessarily. No Fed announcement today. The Fed minutes report is tomorrow. So when is Alibaba earnings? Again, we're green on our SPY dip buy trade, but it's a small little trade. Neo earnings March 1st, maybe. Hey, Carol. All right, guys. So, yeah, but they've been calling for a dump all year, every year for the last 5 or 6 years, to be honest. Every year they're saying the market's going to crash, and then it doesn't. And then they say manipulation, and then they say the market's going to crash, and then it doesn't. And they say manipulation, and then they say the market's going to crash, and then it doesn't. And again, maybe we do this year. Again, you better believe if we crash, I'm never going to hear the end of it. You know, which is all right. Like I said, I kind of troll people a little bit, and that's okay. But am I sold on a crash this year? No, not necessarily. I think we're kind of rebounding from what happened in 2020. You know, like I think if you look at the market over the last couple years, you know, we already had a pretty big pullback. You know, like we already pulled back from 480s all the way to 360. So we already had a pretty big drop. And so, yeah, we could crash, but it's like to a certain extent, you know, we've already kind of crashed a little bit already. Oh, thank you. Hold on, let me fix that. Yeah, I mean the Fed minutes report is not like the biggest release. I'll put it that way. Fed minutes report it's cool and all, but it's not like the most watched thing ever. I mean, markets will react mostly because algos react to it, but it's not going to be some huge. Again, it'll influence markets for sure, and we'll stream it all live. And again, algos react. Whoa. Bro, my lamp is about to fall over. Yeah, so market's already pulled back a little bit. Again, I don't know if we're going to crash or not. I'm really not sure. Yeah, maybe it's bad. Yeah, desk crashed this morning, bro. Like I said, man, my desk just fell apart today. Again, it was honestly kind of sketchy, to be completely honest. Like almost kind of borderline dangerous. Like I came in my room this morning, and my desk was standing up, and like the legs started to go like this, bro. The legs were like at an angle. They were like 3 inches off the ground. And so I tried to lower it. My top monitor just crashed to the ground, bro. It was just chaos in here, man. Yeah, BABA earnings. It depends on when they are, man. When are BABA earnings? Thursday? Yeah, they're in the morning. So we'll stream that. Nothing else really big to worth covering then. The big earnings today are this week or tomorrow. Nvidia earnings tomorrow. Fed minutes and Nvidia earnings are tomorrow. So that's big. That's the biggest thing going on. Lucid has earnings. I want to say it's tomorrow as well, right? For Lucid. Let me see. So I want to say it's tomorrow as well for Lucid. Yeah, so tomorrow we have Lucid and Nvidia earnings. Etsy, Unity, Dutch Bros. Yeah, I don't again, bears are mad at me over the last couple weeks because I basically said that we don't have to crash, you know? And I think there's a lot of like polarity there where, you know, I disagree with the fact that we have to crash. And so people are acting like I'm just this big perma bull who only wants things to go up. And that's, like I said, I want things to go up. But if we crash, I'm not in anything that'll destroy me, you know? And if we do crash, that's usually like in the 2020 big drop in 2020, I bought up a lot of stuff and made a bunch of money from it. Same thing in some of the other big drops that we've had historically. And so if we do crash, I'm just going to be buying stuff up. You know, I'm just going to be acquiring stocks. I think those are the most opportune times to buy things anyway. And so, I mean, I guess my point is like, I'm not going to be super upset if it happens. You know, I'll probably start buying stuff. Yeah, because I mean, like, to put it this way, in 2020 we had those big drops, right? In 2020 we had these big drops, and again during 2020 here, I bought up a lot of different stuff, right? Like I bought up a lot of stuff here. So again, you can kind of see this here, right? In 2020, I bought up stuff during this big pullback. So I bought up a lot of different things in the 2020 drop. During that time, though, one thing you got to be careful of is like during this period of time, I just had so much pressure not to buy stuff, right? So many traders down here pressured me not to buy stuff. I'd buy United Airlines and they say, oh no, you know. I'd buy Uber and they'd say, oh, terrible pick. I'd buy MGM and they'd say, oh, you know, bad. And in hindsight, they were wildly wrong about it. They were just wildly wrong. And so again, every time we get big pullbacks, you're going to have people that say we're going to drop more and tell you not to buy. I got to just tune them out. So that's the thing. Like if we do crash, I'm going to start buying stuff up, you know. And again, we'll see what happens. Walmart bouncing back to VWAP here up to 142s now. Tesla breaking that low down there, though. There's no FOMC announcement today, guys. What makes y'all think there's an FOMC announcement today? Yeah, no Fed announcement, no FOMC announcement today. There's nothing like that going on today. Yeah, we got CPI data dropping is what it is. CPI data is dropping at 8:30 today for Canada. We also have manufacturing and services PMI at 9:45, and then we have existing home sales at 10. That's the release schedule today. All right, so again, we're down a little bit more on the SPY, but I don't mind being down like 30, 40 bucks on the day. And so again, I could just let it sit, to be honest. I disagree, Alan. I very big. So Alan says day trading. It's why day trading and not holding is so much more powerful. I wildly disagree. Um, Again, I want people to really understand the true edge of markets is long-term investing, value investing. Warren Buffett's value investing is the single biggest edge that you're ever going to find in stocks ever. There's no edge larger than long-term value investing in blue chips. Day trading can be profitable, but a large majority of day traders lose money. A large majority of day traders lose money. There's going to be a lot of people who spend months and months and months and months or years even learning to day trade and still never make money doing it. The truth is long-term value investing is the single most effective form of trading or investing there is, and you're almost guaranteed to make money if you do it correctly, regardless of crashes in between. And so the people who lose the most in crashes are people who sell, to be honest. They're the people who get emotional and sell out. And so it's like if you're invested in stuff, crashes are usually going to come back within 2 or 3 years. You're going to be back to where you were. And so the people who lose the most are people who get emotional and sell at the bottom. But I want people to really understand the big edge you have in markets, guys, is long-term holding. Again, it's statistically proven that long-term value investing is the most effective way of making money in the stock market. Again, what it really is it battles inflation. It combats inflation. So you put your money in the S&P. Over time, it's going to keep up with inflation. Over 20, 30 years, it's going to keep up with inflation. And now if you had that same money in a savings account, then, and again, I'm going to preface this, not an expert, not a professional trader, none of that stuff. But if you had the same money in a savings account, your cash would be worth noticeably less money in 20 years than your investments in the S&P 500. Day trading is great if you're good at it, and it takes a lot of time if you can do it correctly. But again, I think compounding investments is probably the easiest way to make money in the market. But it is a subjective thing, I guess. Yeah, I'm in the SPY. We're down, but it's all good. Yeah, government bonds are good too, man. They're all again, it's subjective, but what I'm really talking about, guys, is I'm talking about like what's going to make most people money. Like you get a regular person, you get that person to diversify into 10 to 15 blue chip companies, and you sit on those 10 to 15 blue chip companies with low PE ratios, right? You sit on those companies for 10 years. You're going to be up big percentages in that 10 years. Theoretically, you should be up about 100%. So you should double your money in that period of time. You do the same thing with penny stocks, you're going to lose. You do the same thing with mid caps. A lot of the time you're going to lose. Maybe you'll get lucky and make money, but that's a huge edge. And again, the whole point is that it keeps up with inflation. People don't understand why investing is important. It's important because it keeps up with inflation. Again, you sit on cash, your cash is going to be worth noticeably less. Point is, you save about 50K, right? 50K might be a lot of money now. In 10 or 15 years, 50K is going to be much less. A six-figure job used to be seen as like, you made it. You got a six-figure job. Now, 6 figures, it's good. It's not bad, obviously, but it's not what it was 10 years ago, 15 years ago. So again, inflation, especially right now, obviously in this period of markets, is bad. But again, the way you combat that is investing. And if you don't know what stocks to buy, just again, the easiest way is just to put it in a broad market ETF like the S&P 500 or the Dow or the Q if you like tech or whatever it is. Yeah, they all could be profitable for sure, but the one that most people are going to be able to enter, do correctly, execute profitably, and come out very green is value investing. I day trade. Listen, I day trade. I swing trade as well. Swing trades, I'm green. I'm green on my Thinkorswim account on the year, so I make money, outside of investing. But I'm talking about what's going to be best for most people. Yeah, but where do you live, Andrew? My guess is you live in Cali or New York. Yeah, for sure, Huey. You know, again, man, again, cash saving is cool and all. I like Dave Ramsey, but if you don't put your money in the market, or at least in something, real estate will do essentially the same thing. You know, so real estate will combat inflation as well. Again, it's a little bit, it's arguable which one's better, but real estate does the same thing. Even if you get a mortgage, right? I talked about this last week. Even if you get a mortgage, you know, say you get a mortgage for 200K, right? Inflation over that, over the life of that mortgage, your mortgage is going to be worth much less. You're still going to be paying the same. Say your mortgage is $600 a month, right? You're still going to be paying that for the next couple of years. The difference is that $600 is going to be less significant amount of money in 10 years. You know, so it's like, that's another way just to keep up with inflation, you know, putting it in real estate, putting it in the S&P 500. That's what you do. You know, you can sit on cash. Cash is great. Over time, cash is worth less and less unless you put your money in something. That's the whole point of these things. Again, that's the entire point of all these things. And you got to see it for what it is, which is it's combating inflation. That's what it is. I think smaller companies are a safer investment. I wildly disagree, Tyler. But you know me, brother. You know, I'm biased against penny stocks. Again, I think most penny stocks are terrible companies that if you put money in and actually invest in them, you'll lose almost everything, if not everything. Most penny stocks don't survive very long, and small companies are the worst things to put money in. They're terrible companies. There's a reason they're pink sheets. Most really large companies do not start off as penny stocks, contrary to popular belief. Most large cap stocks were never penny stocks. In fact, they IPO'd and became mid or large caps right from their IPO because they were valuable companies like Facebook, you know, Google, stuff like that. They were never penny stocks. Sure, you got some of them, but again, I disagree. I think most penny stocks will fail, and if you invest in them, you're losing a lot of money most of the time. I think the safest thing is broad market ETFs or blue chips. But again, I am definitely biased against penny stocks, I would say. Well, you could, the potential is higher for sure, Alan, but potential doesn't necessarily equal profit. You know what I mean? So like the potential of making more is definitely higher on day trading and swing trading, but that doesn't equal profits, right? Like that doesn't equal what most people are going to be able to do. Like, sure, a very small percentage of people are going to be able to make a ton of money day trading, right? But it doesn't mean it's the right move. And again, I day trade. Day trading can be powerful. Again, if you're going to day trade, if you're going to try day trading, try out a funded account program. You know, funded account programs, they give you a demo. If you can hit the target on their demo while following their rules, like in futures, here's the E-mini, right? It's the same thing as the S&P 500. You'll notice like this is the same as this, you know, but if you're going to try it out, I recommend trying out a funded account program because it'll just save you money. You know, most people are going to lose this as well, to be fair. Most people are going to lose these funded account programs because most people lose trading. But it's a lot cheaper to lose on a funded account program than it is to lose with a $10,000 or $15,000 account trading futures. And there's no PDT in futures. You can day trade short futures as much as you want. You're not restricted by the PDT rule. You can day trade short as much as you want. The base one on Top Step. And Top Step's the most legit futures program in the world, in my opinion, funded program in the world. They're a sponsor of mine, though, so I'm definitely biased in their favor. I'm certainly biased. And I don't want it to seem like I'm discounting that just to sell stuff. Because I'm certainly biased in Top Step's favor. But it's a lot cheaper to lose this. The base package is $140 a month, roughly. If you use my link, you get 20% off. They give you a demo. If you can hit the target on their demo while following their rules, they fund you between $50,000 up to $150K with a 90% split. They pay out millions in actual withdrawals every year. They fund thousands of traders a year. And so it gives you a great middle ground of pressure where you have some pressure to succeed, but you're not risking thousands of dollars. And I think that's the beautiful part about it, is that if you want to get exposure to day trading without risking much, but still have some pressure, because in basic paper trading, there's no pressure. This is the right way to do it. You lose this, it's not the end of the world. Again, you try to put the money up yourself, you're going to lose a lot more. But yeah, if you want to check it out, again, great way to help support the channel. There is the link right there. Again, great way to help support the channel if you haven't already. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, I mean, listen, guys, what I would do if I had to start over and I didn't have as much money as I had right now, again, what I would probably do, number one, like if you have any type of significant income source, like if you have any type of significant income source, you put your money in the S&P 500, you put your money in real estate. All right, that combats inflation long term. You at least diversify into those things, in my opinion. Again, not an investment professional. Don't copy me. I'm not liable. If you lose, I might have no idea what I'm talking about. Um, not liable for anything you guys choose to do. But for my own personal experience, if you have any type of significant income source, you put it in real estate, you put it in the S&P 500. That at least combats inflation long term. Aside from that, you can learn how to do these things without risking a ton of money. Swing trading can be powerful too. I like swing trading because you can find little pockets of emotion a lot easier. And if you look for healthy companies, the odds are stacked in your favor if you're willing to hold long term if you need to. That's been a really profitable thing for me to do. But again, in that regard, everybody's a little bit different. Do you think crypto will be incorporated into the stock market as a tool of transparency? No, not necessarily, Tyler. I don't know. Maybe. What's up, Davey? Well, no, I disagree, ThinkPod. I think your emotions are 100% what make you lose. Okay, I think most traders lose in with regards to I think what happens to most traders, and it's happened to me a lot too, and it happens to everybody, I think, when they first start out, is that what makes traders have these big drawdowns. A lot of traders make money, get emotional, refuse to cut a loss, refuse to get out of a trade, refuse to take a quiet day, and then destroy their account when otherwise they'd be profitable. It's really easy to find profitable trading strategies. And easy is subjective, okay? Relative, I guess. But it's easy to find profitable trading strategies. What's not easy to do is to not swing for the fences. What's not easy to do is control yourself when it's not the right day to trade. Some days are just not favorable. It doesn't matter how hard you push. You're not going to make money on certain days. Most traders make money, have these big drawdowns, and then lose more, and then just say screw it, and they just risk their whole account and end up destroying it. So I think that is certainly emotion. I think that's what gets most people. Yeah, definitely top two for sure, John. Definitely top three. Yeah, I mean, over time, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Trading is really a conditioning game. So trading is learning how to condition yourself through repetition. You just repeat the right things enough. Eventually, they become second nature to where you don't have to worry about them as much. You know what I mean? All right, guys, we got about 13 minutes before we get Canada CPI data coming out. No, not really modified. All right, guys. So we are hanging out here. Walmart CEO says this year we anticipate stubborn inflation in dry grocery and consumables, which will have some impact, he says. We'll put this quote out just showing you guys what he's saying. You know what I'm really excited about? Check out my check mark, guys. You see my check mark here? Let me just bring attention to this. Look at my check mark. Top 3 greatest check marks ever in the world right now, for sure. Yeah, we'll see, man. All right, guys. Again, we got Canada earnings or Canada CPI data dropping pretty soon. All right, guys. Walmart's still bouncing back. The dollar index is bouncing back, though. Again, we'll see if we continue here. What's your guys' favorite stock right now to buy into? Again, we got about 10 minutes. 10 minutes before the data release here today. Market's starting to bounce back. Again, we're up about $20. I don't know how much Canada earnings are going to really impact things. Walmart and Google. Yeah, they got pullbacks here. Part of me wants to buy the dip. But again, I'm just going to sit back and wait. All right, so S&P 500. Again, I guess I'm just going to sit on this. We'll give it some time to bounce. We'll see what Canada CPI shows up as. Rates are still historically low. Rates for what? Yeah, I'm just kind of taking it slow right now. We're down a little bit. I could cut this. I'm not sure what we want to do. Let me go ahead and fix this to where we can actually get out if we need to. There we go. That should make it so that we can get out if we need to. All right, guys, we got about 7 minutes before Walmart data comes out. About 7 minutes, but before CPI data comes out. I mean, my bad. Sean, do you mind what's your buy price? My price is 404.30s right now. We're down about 30 bucks. But again, it's just a small trade. Let's see if Walmart ends up rebounding back up here. Yeah, market. I'll probably cut the market if it breaks under 403.40s. That'll probably be my time to get out. Again, we risked a little bit, just a small little trade, but let's see if we bounce right there. Yeah, I mean, even these trades though, guys, are pretty small. We haven't even started trading yet, really. We've got a couple trades, but all right, testing lows here. Walmart's still pumping up. I don't think it matters, Shank. I don't think it matters at all. I think if that happens, we're gonna have a lot bigger problems in the stock market. So again, I think the market is going to be the least important thing in that situation. Walmart's still pumping up at 142s here. 142s. Nicola earnings, I can check. Let me see. I'll check for you for Nicola. Or I think I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Let me know if I am. So Thursday, NKLA earnings. Tomorrow we have Lucid and Nvidia earnings as well. So we got some stuff going on. All right, market's testing previous lows here. Again, part of me wants to cut it. All right, we're not actually testing the lows now. Part of me wants to cut it, but I think I'll wait. We also have Walmart earnings. We've got the Q. So a little bit more tech heavy. I will be right back, guys. Market's breaking lows. I think I'm gonna just cut it. We're in 50 shares. We'll come back and fight a little bit later. Take the little small losses this morning. I'll be right back, guys. Give me like 30 seconds. I'll be right back. We are back, guys. We got Canada CPI dropping in like a couple seconds. Or a couple minutes, maybe 2 minutes here. Yeah, so we got out of our SPY trade. Yeah, I saw that, Shank. What I will hope is that other nations be very, like I said, that's bad for the world, and hopefully they get it figured out. I just hope we get peace. You know, that's all I can really hope for. All right, guys, less than a minute. We're gonna get everything ready for the release here. Getting everything ready right now. Bear with me here. We got multiple different sources up. Canada CPI, core CPI is expected to show up at 0.2%. 0.2% for core CPI. Again, we only got a couple minutes left. Bear with me. And here is the data right now. So core CPI for Canada came in at 0.3%. 0.3% for Canada. Core retail sales came in at minus 0.6%. So less than expected. 0.3% versus 0.2% expected. Again, core retail sales came in lower than expected as well, which is a good thing. So far, so good here with retail sales. Less than expected, which is better for inflationary problems. And then inflation CPI data came in at 0.3% versus 0.2% expected. So a little bit higher than expected CPI data. And on the month, again, we'll see what we get, but that is the data right now, guys. That is the data right now. Market's reacting pretty positively to this. We're going to put this data up on screen. Again, we cover this data very quickly, as you guys see. Again, the core data is the better data here, the more relevant data, that is. So we'll put all this up on screen. Again, 0.3% basic CPI data. Again, bear with me here, team. We are building this now so we can put it up on screen. All right, so here is the CPI data for Canada. But again, 0.3% versus 0.2% expected. And so I'm trying to find all right, so 0.2% expected. There's the data right here on screen. Let me save this. There we go. Retail sales was lower than expected, actually. So for Canada. So again, retail sales for Canada came in at they actually did the bigger retail sales release. It's core retail sales. So core retail sales for Canada actually came in at minus 0.6% versus minus 0.3% expected. So less than expected there. And again, I think that's a positive thing for inflation. Again, I think it's a positive thing for inflation. Markets reacted positively to it. Walmart pushing up, SPY moving up, Q testing previous highs. Yeah, we do have PMI data coming out today. We also have we got PMI data, and then we also have services and manufacturing PMI dropping at 9:45, and then we have existing home sales at 10 is when the data is scheduled. So today we have a few things dropping in the here. I'm going to put a 1-minute chart up on the SPY. Market's bouncing back a little bit. Today we have a few things dropping. We have Coinbase earnings in the evening. So Coinbase in the evening, and then we've got existing home sales at 10. And again, manufacturing and services PMI a little bit later this morning. So all relevant stuff. Again, we'll see what happens, but. I'm talking about core CPI for Canada. Yeah, I mean, it moved it a little bit. The Canadian news moved it a little bit, but it's not like a super big release or anything like that. So yeah, it moved it some, but you know, it's Canada. It's just not the biggest release. It's relevant and important, and we should watch it, but. Yeah, small little moves. Market pulling back down a little bit again. We're pretty flat in everything right now. We're holding a few swing trades. Microsoft, Google is what we're holding, and they're down a little bit today. But again, the plan is with those, it's just to hold those as long as we really need. We got some time. All right, guys. So again, market's pulling back at a range here. The other data coming out today is at 9:45, so it's in about an hour, a little bit less than an hour. And again, we'll wait to see what we show there. But we do have manufacturing and services PMI. Walmart actually over the volume weighted average price now. Let me get this out of here. So we do have Walmart and Home Depot earnings. All right, so Walmart, I'm watching 142 here. I'd really like to see if it holds that 142 level, right around the volume weighted average price. Let me schedule this. Come on. All right, so we also have existing home sales. There we go. So yeah, the expectations for the manufacturing and services data. So the global composite PMI for February is expected to show up at 47.5. 47.5. Services PMI 47.2 for February. Existing home sales are expected to show up at 4.1 million. 4.1 million. And so that's the data this morning. Again, we'll see if we get some good data today. So far, so good. You know, market's rebounding a little bit, but down on the day here. So we got time. Yeah, I need some more coffee. Also, we're going to throw it in sub-only mode. So we are going to throw it in sub-only mode. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, guys. Again, I just want to thank you guys so much. Last week, we did break 100K. We got our check mark already. If you look in chat, we do have our check mark. Check out our check mark in the chat. Thank you guys so much for helping me get there. I truly appreciate it. We'll see if we can keep it up. Like I said, next stop is 200, 300K, a milli. We'll see if we get it. I'm excited for it. Again, gonna be patient and wait. Hey, thank you, Chris. Again, market's pretty sideways today. We just don't really have much edge showing up in markets right now, in my opinion. I'm trying to trade slow and trade small here, but again, I just don't see much edge showing up in the markets right now. I just don't really like the market. So we're just kind of sitting back. Again, we're in some swing trades. There's the market pulling back down. We'll see if it actually breaks the lows here. We're consolidating mostly around the low of this range here, so you can kind of see it. Like, we're mostly in the low range. Just kind of waiting it out. Yeah, what's up, Rumble? Congrats, my man. Thank you, Robo. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, sir. Yeah, so we're in lift right now. So we are in lift, actually green on lift. We've been holding lift since last week. It's a very small green trade, but it's green nonetheless. So we'll take it. Yeah, market's starting to flush down towards the bottom here. And again, we'll probably start to add to some stuff here as time goes on. Yeah, I keep getting chalked out, John Edwards. So I don't think it's necessarily like a really good day to trade right now. I mean, maybe we start testing lows. I'm going to wait for a long-term trend to show up first. You know, I think that's the right move. Just wait for a trend to show, wait for something long-term to take a longer-term trade. SPY testing lows here. This low might be an interesting spot. Do you think the SPY will go up today? I don't know. I think the extension's on the downside at this point. I think we pulled back enough over the last couple of days to justify potentially a profit-taking bounce. But it's one of those ones where it's like, bro, I genuinely just don't know. You know, I always try to tell people I don't know if I really don't, and I really have no idea what we're gonna get. I hope it's positive today, but it you know, we might also pull back again. I think the pullback level we talked about earlier was 400. You know, we talked about 400 earlier, and I think that's something that we're starting to see pull back. We talked about 400 last week, and we're kind of starting to pull back to that spot now. But I'm trying to be as patient as I can with it. Again, we're in Microsoft and Google for longer term trades. Red on those, but again, Google we were already green on, and so we're actually green on Google. It's just we're holding 50 shares, which are now red. Microsoft is one we recently started buying into just because we got some pullbacks from the AI hype. And so at this point in time, I think it's reasonable to assume that we might get a bounce back if the market bounces back. We also have some data coming out. We have GDP data coming out this week. So we've got GDP data. We've got NVIDIA earnings, which make up a big percentage of some of the broad market ETFs. We've got jobless claims, GDP Thursday, and then the PCE, which is actually what the Fed uses to determine how bad inflation is. So the PCE data, again, is how bad the Fed determines data. So, or how bad it's how the Fed determines how bad inflation is what I meant to say. Sorry, multitasking over here, so sometimes you'll hear me ramble, but yeah. Oh wait, am I still in Ford? I think I am in Ford here. I gotta look at how Ford is doing right now. Ford is down, but again, we're pretty close to break even there. So it's been one where we're not really paying a ton of attention to. All right, guys, market's kind of consolidating towards the bottom here. Bounce right at that low at 403.30s though. Yeah, we'll see. Q starting to rebound a little bit. SPY back up over that 403.50 level, up to almost 403.75. We'll see how that behaves. Again, Walmart consolidating at the top of the range here. So, Walmart consolidating over the VWAP. I mean, not at the top of the range. Still weak relative to the range, but over the VWAP here. Market's bouncing back a little bit. Slightly bullish on crypto. Yeah, I think it's a great sign that Bitcoin is broken back over 25K. I think that was the necessary thing. So I think great sign. Q's still down there. Again, Walmart, maybe you should have bought the dip buy, bro. I'm telling you, that dip buy works really well and has for a while, you know. Might be one of those moves that we should have been in already, you know. But patience, I guess, is important. Again, so we still got about 40 minutes before the market actually opens up. We got at 9:45, so 15 minutes after the open, we get existing home sales. Or no. I'm sorry. We get services and manufacturing PMI 15 minutes after the open. So at 9:45, 15 minutes after the bell, we get PMI data. If you know what PMI is, it's expansion versus contraction in sectors. Services and manufacturing is what this is. So over 50 indicates expanding sector. Below 50 indicates retracting sector. And in that regard, right now we have services and manufacturing data for this, right? So services and manufacturing data. That'll be important to see what happens. But the bigger release here, so services and manufacturing data is important, but the larger release is going to be existing home sales. That's what's going to move the markets more than anything else, is existing home sales, in my opinion. Yeah, I've taken upon myself to not argue with the people always pushing a crash. I just don't know if it gets anywhere. It just causes argumentative tones to the stream. I'd rather just say, look, maybe we crash, maybe we don't. I'm not going to argue about it anymore. Good luck. You know, hope you guys make some money. Yeah, earnings today are interesting. Again, we got Coinbase earnings. That might move the crypto sector as a whole. And again, we'll see. But Coinbase earnings this evening. Again, we'll see if it's something good. Yeah, we'll see, man. I don't know where we're going to crash or not. Again, I don't want to argue with the people yelling crash, though. Again, I've had enough of it over the last 10 days or so to really be worried about it like that. You know, we'll see. Let me wear my computer glasses here. Yeah, let's look at a weekly chart. I mean, we can look at it. Let me set up a weekly chart time frame here. They don't even give me the option. I'd like a. I don't even know. 5-day chart's about as good as I guess we're gonna get here. I like looking at a 10-day chart. Here's a 10-day chart. You zoom out, and here's a 10-day chart. So we're down a little bit over the last week, but it's not like shocking. Here's a 20-day chart. 20-day chart looks a little bit better though. So there's a 20-day chart. You know, we're still very green relative to where we were 20 days ago. Same thing if we look at like a 10-day chart. We are slightly down. You look at it like a 15-day chart. 15 days ago, we were lower than we are now. So we're pretty green overall over the past couple months. You know, again, maybe we pull back to 400 bounce. Maybe we don't. I think the short-term momentum's on the upside, though. Yeah, we're watching the SPY here. 30-minute chart. Let's put a 1-minute chart up and see what we look like. Yeah, I got my tooth pulled over the weekend, man. Did not feel good, but it wasn't really that bad, to be honest here. You can kind of see why I like Chart Prime. Like, looking at this, another one of my sponsors, guys, that is actually really powerful. Like, check out Chart Prime. Here's Chart Prime just in pre-market today. And what I'm noticing is, like, my favorite time to use this is in pre-market. It's much better in pre-market, in my opinion, than it is. I think it's good regardless, but I think it's just super accurate in pre-market a lot of the time. And I'm going to preface this whole thing with, like, look, I can't guarantee you're going to make money. Nobody can. They are a sponsor of my video, and so they pay me money naturally, and I'm going to, you know, I'm going to be biased in their favor from that. But just, like, look at this in pre-market, okay? Like, look at this in pre-market, all right? Like, just on these, you can see here, like, reversal up and range support, nice little bounce. Reversal down, nice little drop over, like, what, like a hour-long period? We get two of these showing up, nice little bounce over, like, a 30-40 minute period. Reversal down signal here, nice little drop over, like, 45 minutes. This one was kind of right, but kind of wrong as well. But so looking at these, most of those were right short term. Like, most of those were right, as well as, like, you zoom out here and then look at this one. So again, reversal down, and this is a custom trading view indicator service. Big drop. Custom trading view indicator service. You can use it in stocks, crypto, forex, futures, all that good stuff. You can use it on, you know, trading. You use it in pre-market. You can use it on longer term charts. Here's a 15-minute chart. And it shows you candlestick patterns. Like, look at the candlesticks. Just candlesticks can be really powerful as well. And look, this is on a 15-minute basis, right? So 15-minute reversals. Look at how accurate this is. Big bounce up, big drop. Again, I can't guarantee you're going to make money with this. Nobody can. But, like, look, possible reversal up, bounce over like an hour plus period. Look at this. Possible reversal down, drop. Possible reversal up, bounce. And so, again, you can use them in stocks, crypto, forex, futures. They've got a 40% off sale going on right now. 40% off. So you get 40% off currently for the time being on Chart Prime, and which is just very cheap, which makes their packages like 30 something a month. Very cheap. 30 something a month, guys, is incredibly cheap. It's just, it gets one of those things that it's not going to always be right. Nothing is right 100% of the time. But the edge that it gives me in my trading is significant. And again, I can't guarantee you're going to make money. They are a sponsor of mine. I'm biased in their favor. But if you want to check them out, here is the link. Check them out. It's called Chart Prime. Link is in the description as well. And that's just a small percentage of what they do. They also show you like actual chart patterns. So you can look up the actual chart patterns that show up with some of this stuff. All right, market's testing lows here. Again, we'll see if we break the low on the SPY. We're close enough to it. Yeah, we got Coinbase earnings, Walmart earnings, retail earnings. So if you look at what's basically happened, Walmart's down, Home Depot is down. So most retail stocks are hurting today. Walmart's down, Home Depot's down. SPY just broke lows of pre. So SPY just broke lows of pre down to 403.30s. Yeah, trapping shorts. Yeah, for sure. Home Depot bouncing back up a little bit, almost back up to 306. Walmart just cracked under the VWAP though, and so we'll see if it holds. But hey, what, Kenny? No, man. So again, market bounced back over the lows here, broke under those lows for a split second, and then rebounded pretty fast. We got about 30 minutes before the opening bell, guys. About 30 minutes. All right, play the music again. Home Depot bouncing back a little bit now. All right, so we're getting ready to trade futures today. We haven't really traded. We've mostly been day trading on our S&P 500 account. So we've mostly been day trading stocks. But we are going to get ready to trade futures today. Make sure this is right. There we go. All right. There we go. Again, we had some problems with my monitor this morning, bro. I woke up this morning, dude, and my monitor system just crashed down, bro. It was terrible, man. But we are back up. It seems to be running okay now, which is good. Again, we'll see if it continues, but yeah, you saw that, MJ, bro. I saw that, man. Mac McClung, man. He did that. You know, it's funny. He doesn't look like a super big dude, you know. He is 6'2". He looks short in person, but or on pictures he looks short. Nah, because the hero, hey, he really is. All right, guys. So we're watching a trend here. I don't know what we're gonna get for this, but yeah, how is the Bing chat? Is it up yet? I'm still waiting to get mine. I haven't got mine yet. Market's rebounding a little bit back up here. We should get our play button pretty soon, though. Hey, what's up, Jeffrey? My settings, man, are pretty standard, bro. If you join their Discord, Jeffrey, they'll give you like a full tutorial. They've got a lot of good videos on it. Again, my settings for it are, I don't know. I actually had the founder, Alex, set mine up for me. I would join their Discord, reach out to them if you have trouble setting it up. But the reversal and the candlestick patterns are on the Market Oracle. So they're on the Market Oracle. Yeah, that's what I use it on, is the Market Oracle. Yeah, we use Chart Prime. All right, guys, so we don't have that much long until the open. Market's bouncing up at a range support level. The FOMC is not today. Okay, so the FOMC is not today. The Fed, the next Fed meeting is not going to be for a month from now. We got the Fed minutes report tomorrow, but it's not a meeting. It's just a report. Yeah, so we got GDP Thursday, jobless claims Thursday, PCE deflator Friday. So those are pretty big data releases. But we got time, you know. The minute report drops at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be streaming it right now. Or we're going to be streaming it as it starts. And so hit that sub button if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell. We appreciate it. All right, we might have a little range that we can draw here. You can kind of see the range trend that we've drawn now. It looks like it might be time for a little pullback. We'll take one contract based off of this potentially holding here. We don't have that much long until the open, though, but we'll take two contracts, actually, and just kind of leave that. See, if we still got about 20 minutes, so we got 20 minutes to let the trend continue to play out in pre-market. Once the opening bell happens, the trend's basically out the window, but yeah, we'll see. And again, what we're trading on today is we're trading on Top Step's funded account program. Top Step gives you a demo. And if you can hit the target on the demo while following their rules, they fund you between 50 to 150K with a 90% split, regulated by the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. They pay out millions of dollars. It's just a cheaper way to learn to trade. Again, most new traders, what happens is like they put up money, they lose thousands of dollars. That builds risk management systems, all that stuff, right? Well, in order to avoid that, you can take one of these funded account programs. If you lose it, it's still going to give you pressure. Like it's going to give you pressure that you don't get with a demo, like a base demo account. It's going to give you some pressure to succeed. But again, it's not the full pressure that you're going to get with a live account, but it's going to be a nice middle ground to where it's like you can learn how to perform under pressure, because that's what trading is. If you lose, it's not the end of the world. The base package is like $140 if you use my link and you get 20% off. It's like $140, so it's cheap. If you lose, it's not the end of the world, but you can trade under pressure and learn how to trade. There's no PDT in futures, and when you see me trade this, I'm essentially trading the S&P 500 is all I'm trading. Now, they are a sponsor of mine. I'm definitely biased in their favor, but if you want to check them out, here is the link. It's a great way to help support the channel. No, I mean, I'm still trading in the combine, man. And did I say I was funded? I'm still in the combine. Like I said, though, y'all saw me day trading my Thinkorswim account this morning. And to take the trades I did on TOS, I have to at least have like 30K, 20 or 30K. We also took one of the profits off of this. So we move a little bit slower with the funded account program on Top Step. Again, just because I don't need to get funded, again, if you don't have as much money as me and you want to test yourself, great way to do it. But for me personally, like I said, I don't really need to get funded. And so I can kind of take it slow and kind of have fun with it, I guess. Yeah, Chart Prime's dope, dude. Chart Prime is super helpful, man. It really is. And it's cheap, man. It's like $30 a month or something like that. And so it's just cheap. But it is useful. Yeah, for sure. I don't think telling people it's easy to make $2,000 a day. Number one, it's too hard to vet people. Like, too many people can just kind of lie about that. No offense, man. Too many people are just going to say that to sound cool and get attention on the stream. I'm not saying that's you, but again, that's a lot of people are going to act that way. It's too hard to vet, and most new traders lose money is because they have unreasonable expectations. I think if you can make 30% a year in your account, you're doing better than a large majority of people. You're doing better than the S&P 500, and that's elite, no matter which way you spin it. All right, so we're still holding this one contract. Again, we attacked the trend. We had our plan. I'm going to go ahead and just cut it off and just take the money and hang out. Not a bad little day. We're up already and we'll start the day, so that's good. Yeah, like I said, you basing all your trades off of one thing is never a good idea, regardless of what that thing is. So it's like when I use Chart Prime, I don't base my full trades around it. What I use it for is to influence bias that I have over a specific direction or trend or something like that. That's where the value is, in my opinion. So it's like basically, if I think if I think the E mini is going to bounce here, and then chart prime is also giving me that signal like, hey, possible reversal up, and then there's a bunch of bullish engulfing candles, then it's like you add all of that together, and it's like, okay, maybe I'll take a long trade based off of this, right? But I'm not going to look at it again. You can do whatever you want, and it might work that way. It's just not how I use it, but it might work that way. Like I said, test it yourself, try for yourself. I can't guarantee anything. They are a sponsor of mine. I'm biased for sure, but yeah, I think that's the way I've been using it, and that's the way I think it's going to make the most sense. Yeah, but for me, it's not about getting funded. Again, I'm already funded in my Thinkorswim account. You know, like, yeah, we're trying to get funded, but yeah, I'm watching. We're riding right back down to a support level. I want to see if this trend breaks right here. Yeah, for sure, Andrew. Like I said, I'm already funded in Thinkorswim, but for most people, they're not going to have it like that, you know. And I think for those people, that's where Top Step makes perfect sense, man. It's a beautiful thing. It really allows them to test themselves without taking on a lot of risk. You know, and again, I'm green on Thinkorswim on the year. You know, it's got over 100K in buying power, right? So for me, I don't really need to get funded, but I think most people don't have it like that, and so I think that's where Top Step's valuable for sure. Yeah, for sure. What's up, Abe? All right, guys, we got about 14 minutes. 14 minutes. Right, for sure. Like I said, it's never easy to make $2,000. You know what I mean? And again, anytime I hear somebody say it is, again, a funded account program's different. Funded account programs, you know, it's just different to trade that. I'm talking about outside of that. It's never easy to make 2K. 2K is incredibly difficult to make, regardless of how much money you have. You know, unless you're trading with $1 million or more, which, you know, you might be, but it's less likely. In order to comfortably make thousands a day, you need, you know, $500,000 or more, to be honest. You know, without that, like, again, you're risking your account each time you do it if you don't have that much money. Rejecting at the top of the range here. We'll see. Yeah. Hey, thank you, Abe, my guy. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. All right, guys, 12 minutes. All right, so we're still rejecting the top of that range that we drew here. You can see we drew this range. We're still pretty holding the range we drew really nicely here. So you can see we rejected at the top again. I think we're a little bit too sideways for me to take any trades right now, but we've got a little cushion that we can trade into. Remember, we got manufacturing and services PMI at 945 today. Okay, what's up, type? I don't know if it's going to be negative or positive, Vish. I'm not sure, man. Again, it could be either one. It depends on what we show up as. The expectational number for existing home sales is at 4.1 million. And so I'm not sure if a higher number will influence a positive correlation with markets or a negative number will issue, if there's going to be an inverse correlation between this and the markets. I'm not sure. Chat, what do you guys think? Do you think higher home sales is better or worse for markets? More home sales equals more money moving through economy equals more inflation. Right, for sure. So anything that causes GDP growth has been causing negative responses in markets lately. All right, so we're a little green into the open, heading into the open with futures. More home sales means more people are spending money. People aren't broke enough for the Fed. Yeah, again, it could be. It depends on what we're in. It depends on how much the market's fearing inflation versus economical growth, right? More home sales is obviously good for real estate and economical growth, but it also could mean, I don't know, man. I don't think it has such a direct correlation that other things might have with inflation. More home sales, again, if it was with regards to the pricing of homes, right? So if it was a higher price metric, which said, hey, the prices are higher for homes now, that's one thing. But this is just actual sales going through, right? So more people buying homes, I don't know if it necessarily means inflation is worse, right? I think if home prices increased, maybe that's what it means, but... Home sales down should be based on the interest rates going up in our market. People are trying to sell now, thinking they won't to get top dollar flow in the market. Yeah, maybe. Certainly possible. Hey, what's up, Don? Aren't home prices generally considered to be inflated at the moment? Yes. It's subjective, but mostly yes. Home prices have been high for the last couple years, really. It's been the last few years home prices have been high. But again, they've gotten better. They're still kind of out there in terms of like prices. They're still kind of high. But But again, I don't know if this one has such a direct correlation to inflation that, like, if we're talking about home prices, that's a different thing. If we're talking about home prices, that's a different thing. This is just actual sales. So I don't know if this is going to have such an inverse effect on market activity if the number comes in higher than expected that we might think. Maybe not, though. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know if that's going to be such a big correlation here. Yeah. Could home values drop over the next year because of interest rates moving up in the 8 to 10% range? Maybe fear of losing home value could hurt the market. Maybe. That could happen for sure. But again, I'm waiting to see. Real estate's an interesting thing right now, but 5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes. All right, guys, so we got some time. Take a look at the dollar index. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Home Depot, Walmart also down today. Dollar index popping up or dropping down. I mean, so this should cause positive reactions in markets. So I'm guessing we'll at least test the top of this range. But I want to give it some time before we really, Hey, what's up, crypto? Yeah, you were here last week, weren't you? Yeah, it was not a fun weekend, man. I got my tooth pulled. Not really loving life. Hard to eat. Yeah, it's all right. I didn't feel a thing, to be honest. Oh, then you're trading too large, B. B says, I lost my school savings trading options. Bro, listen, man, I'm going to tell you this. I try to give this advice to all new traders. Trade small, bro. Trade small, man. I know everybody wants to be the next big influencer, posting huge gains in the stock market, looking like a expert genius, looking like a child prodigy. Well, you got a bunch of 18-year-old braces acting like they're stock market experts, trying to sell courses on it. Like, it's all nonsense, okay? Trade small, bro. Trade small. If you lose, it's not the end of the world. Day trading, you're going to lose for the first few years. And so if you try to trade large, day trading as a brand new trader, you are going to lose money. You're going to lose money. At least a large majority of people will. It's one of the reasons funded account programs make sense, because if you lose them, it's not the end of the world. Market's starting to break down towards the bottom of the range here. And so trade small, bro. If you lost your savings, you're trading way too large, man. Again, you got to just ignore all the gurus trying to sell you courses and just learn. Take it slow. Trade small. The tooth is all right. I mean, it's no longer there. You mean the place? How's the place where my tooth used to be? It's okay. you know, I can feel the stitches in my mouth, but. All right, guys, here's the open. We're at the bottom of my range now here. I think we might bounce a little bit at the open, but here's the opening bell, team. All right, there's the opening bell. Push it up a little bit. Like I said, I thought we might bounce a little bit at the open. We'll see how right I am. You know, I'm going to take a trade. One contract here. Wait. Now we're going to go ahead and cut that. I told you guys we might pop up a little bit at the open. I thought we might bounce. Again, I have a few signals that show me we might bounce a little bit. We're going to buy this little pullback momentum candle, maybe scale into 2 or 3 contracts here. We already got a cushion on the day, which is nice. Now there's 3 contracts. Walmart, move it up a little bit. All right, we got 3 contracts at the open. Might have to cut this one. I want to give it time to bounce, though. See, the range I drew is still working, though. Look at the range. It actually stayed in it. All right, so pump it back up. Green on this trade now. There we go. All right, we just took half of it. We're going to let this last one roll here. So we already made money on these few. Again, we got manufacturing services PMI in less than 15 minutes. We got a little cushion on the day now. We'll hold this one break even on the rest. There we go. Maybe add some more to this one is what I might do. Should have added. All right, we're in 2 contracts now. I just took half off. We're gonna just go ahead and get out the rest. So we are up about 50 on the day now. We got a nice little cushion. I thought we might bounce with the open. I told you guys that a couple minutes before the open, but yeah, again, the momentum's on the upside today. We told you guys that. Again, we were just down so much already in a lot of different stuff. So that's kind of what happened here. What's moving up today, by the way? Is it Apple? Apple was down a lot this morning, too. Yeah, Apple's testing highs. Well, you don't need 25K with options, but it sure helps. Yeah, I see Google down there. I might add some more to my Google trade. Again, I've got a couple shares left of Google. So part of me, I'm torn between whether I want to add to this or whether I just want to leave it. Right now, the Google dip buy was profitable, like it was green, right? If I add to it, then there's a little bit more nuance behind it, and you know, it might not come out ahead. It's the only thing stopping me from adding to it. All right, so there's the dip, still moving up. So I think for Google, I'd rather just sit and like let it come back naturally with my last remaining shares, so that the risk is small, but I'm still going to be green. Um, you know, that's that. At least that's what I'm thinking right now. I like the SPY retracement here. We're going to add some more to this. 2 contracts. All right, we got 3 contracts. We're going to see if we retrace back up there to test the top of the range. I like this move. It looks good. It looks like we're going to bounce, but it could obviously turn. Yeah, there's a squeeze out. Again, luckily we're green on the day, so we can let it work the bottom of this range, but we'll have to cut it if it breaks down anymore. It's a little bit of a retracement. I am going to cut it before manufacturing and services PMI comes out. All right, big retracement here. I like the down wick too, but the problem is like sometimes these look strong and then they just dump down more. And so that's the risk of holding this, but that's better. All right, flat now. We'll see if it continues back up. All right, guys. So again, we're in 3 contracts here. Like I said, we're gonna cut it. It looks like it might break down. We're still green on the day, but less. All right, guys. So try to bounce here a little bit here. Again, Microsoft started to test the top of the range. Google trying as well. Wait, cost for what? All right, SPY starting to break down. Like I said, sometimes it looks like it's going to retrace and then it just follows through here. I'm green on the day, but it's small, and I'll probably wait and let it play out a little bit more before I take any other directional trade. Again, you can see, like, if you look at the 200 EMA, we went right up to the 200 EMA, which is at 403.90s, and then rejected off of that level. We're now pulling back a little bit here, but again, I gotta just kind of sit back and wait. Ford moving up a little bit. That's nice. Microsoft testing the top of the range, and Google's trying to bounce back up as well. Yeah, to be honest, guys, we had to ban ThinkPod. The reason we banned him is because he acts like somebody else called Fission that we had to ban before. And the way he acts is like, it's really obsessive over the channel. I'm pretty sure it's the same guy. Anytime you say, hey, trading's incredibly difficult, which it is, he says, oh, no, trading's easy. I make 2K a day. I'm trying to make 10K a day. I was like, all right, well, you know, that's cool. Again, it's just, it turns out to just be toxic behavior. And so when he's telling everybody we act like we have weak hands, and he's telling everybody how easy it is to make 10K, it's just toxic for traders. It really is. It's a toxic behavior. It's really obsessive with this channel as well. It's just strange. And so with that said, we got a good day serum and move on with our day. Google started to bounce back up. I probably should have even acknowledged it, but like, I'm just going to explain it so people don't think I'm being unreasonable. SPY started to test the top of the range right around the volume weighted average price. Yeah, again, it's one of those, like I could say, you could say you make however much money you want. Doesn't mean you actually do. And most of the time it's just people who need that attention, I guess is the easiest way to put it. Right, 100%, John. It's one of those things that, again, the person I'm referencing would be like, oh, you're such a great trader, John. You're so great. You're so great. And then he would like message my mods talking smack, trying to get them to like leave me and join somebody else. Just strange, just because you don't pay attention to them enough. Like I said, at a certain point, it's just obsessive. It's strange. It's weird. It's unhealthy, you know? And like anytime I see somebody that could be that, which I'm pretty sure this was him, you got to just good day, sir. Market's testing the top of that opening range here. We're right, again, just to put this into perspective, this is the 200 EMA right here. So the 200 EMA is right here. All right, so again, that's a big level that the market seems to be following. Microsoft's popping up a little bit more as well. All right, so yeah, we're right at the 200 EMA here. Let me make this a little bit thinner so you can see it, but this is the 200 EMA right here. All right, so we're kind of running into that level now. We actually just broke over it a little bit, but the 200 EMA is starting to show up. Again, we're over it now. Microsoft's rebounding nicely too, so we're back up in Microsoft. Google bouncing back some as well. Maybe I should have added to it, but it's all good. Yeah, all good, Tiny, no worries. All right, so we're over the 200 EMA. Again, we'll see if we hold. All right, Microsoft just broke the highs of the opening range here. Not really big news today. We got PMI data dropping in about 2 minutes, guys. So be ready for PMI data. It does drop very soon. Again, PMI data coming out pretty soon. Let me get everything ready. Expectations for PMI data are manufacturing 47.1, services 47.2. And the way PMI data works is over 50 indicates an expanding manufacturing sector. Below 50 indicates a contracting manufacturing sector. And so both of them are expecting lower contracting manufacturing sectors of slightly under 50 at 47.1 and 47.2 for manufacturing and services. And then you got the global composite PMI expected at 47.5. So all of them are expected to show up at the 47s. And then in 15 minutes or 17 minutes, we have existing home sales data coming out today as well. So that's what we have dropping this morning. Again, I thought the momentum was on the upside today. I thought we were extended on the downside. I told you guys ahead of the open that we might get a bounce, and that's exactly what we've gotten so far. Again, we got this little 200 EMA level that we're testing now. And it goes like that, actually. Let me redraw that. That's the 200 EMA. All right, guys, 30 seconds before PMI data comes out. Again, we'll see how this impacts everything, but PMI is expansion versus contraction in the manufacturing services sector. Above 50 means expanding. The higher above 50, the more it means it's expanding. The lesser under 50 means the more it's contracting. All right, so there's the data release. Manufacturing came in at 47.8, above expectations, higher than expected. Global composite came in at 50.2, and services came at 50.5. So all of this came in higher than expected, and the market's reacting negatively to this, which means that the market is fearing inflation. The manufacturing sector was expanding more than expected, and that is causing drops, which means, again, the market is fearing inflation is what this means. Manufacturing PMI came in at 47.8. S&P Composite came in at 50.2. And services came in at 50.5. So all three came in above expectations, higher than expected, which means that the services and manufacturing sectors were expanding more than expected, is what that means. And so now we are getting dips. I might short into this dip, but we're going to take one contract maybe here. Now we have existing home sales at 10 a.m. Sheesh, man. All right, we're going to cut this up. We're going to add to it, I guess. There's the drops. Again, very weird neutral reaction so far. Riding the breakdown. Pretty flat on this now. I want to let it work, though. All right, we cut a piece of it. All right, we just made some more from that, scaled out of it. Yeah, it could have been, again, the manufacturing sector expanded more than expected, and that's causing some drops. All right, so again, the market was pumping up. The data came out. Now we're looking red. And so we'll see, but sideways currently, I guess, is the best way to put it right now. We're sideways. I'm going to short this. 2 contracts here. There we go. I want to let it flush some more, but we're at least green a little bit so we can let it work. Yeah, it's a choppy release currently. All right, so we just got out of one. All right, there we go. Some more dips. We got existing home sales data coming out pretty soon. I'll just cover at the bottom there. All right, so we just made some more money from it. Green on the day. Starting to break down, which is what we kind of thought would happen. And there's a much larger delayed reaction here from this. So big drops now. Now we'll start to short with size. 2 contracts. Four contracts. So we're up about $50 heading into this trade. So we got a cushion that we can swing into. All right, we got 6 contracts now, and we'll leave it at that. All right, so we just cut half, locked in some nice profit, riding the rest down. Just took some more off, one contract here. I'm just going to cut that. So we're up about 100 on the day now. Here's the P&L so far. Again, we were right about our short into that rejection. That worked out really well. I might take some more size into this at the open, but so far so good. Take the other side of the trade now. It looks like that's the wrong move, so we'll get out there. All right, guys, existing home sales in 10 minutes. Be ready. Existing home sales in 10 minutes. Again, y'all hit that sub button if you haven't already, guys. We appreciate it. Got a nice little cushion on the day. And again, the level on the SPY that we thought we were going to maybe hit, and we said this last week, we said this morning, was 400. SPY currently at 403s, a little bit under 403s here. And so, again, I think we're probably going to bounce somewhere around 400 is kind of what we said last week. We do have some big economic data this week that will influence all this stuff. Again, specifically, we've got GDP data Thursday, jobless claims Thursday. We've got PCE Friday. And then we've got some earnings coming out this week after that as well. So we got some stuff coming out. Is that going to move the markets? Which way? Which one? Trade with friends. Existing home sales? It'll probably move them some. To what extent, we don't know. We might get ready to start to buy stuff up here. So we're going to add some down here. Take 2 contracts. See if we catch a little flush or a little bounce is what we're looking for here. We got some down wicks. All right, so there's 3 contracts. All right, so there's a bounce starting. Again, we're in 3 contracts here. All right, so we just got out of most of that. We got 1 contract left, and we'll just cut the rest of that here. So a nice little gain on the dip buy. All right, yeah, we're up about $100 now, so that's cool. Nice little rebound back up here as well, which is helping my swing trades also, which is nice. The news wasn't necessarily good. It just meant it was higher than expected. It was expanding. It meant, again, right now you have to understand anything that means more spending is bad. So anything that evokes more spending is bad. So when we come in higher than expected, when manufacturing is expanding, it means that prices are getting higher, which means inflation is worse, which means the market's going to go down. That's essentially the logic of this reaction, is that anything that stimulates economic growth, GDP growth, is going to be seen as a negative right now. So existing home sales, the question is, how directly does home sales, again, if it was home prices, it would be different, but home sales might be a little bit different of a reaction, just because home sales doesn't necessarily have a direct link to inflation. Again, people buying homes doesn't necessarily mean inflation is higher. Higher home prices would mean inflation is higher, but people buying homes doesn't necessarily mean that. And so that's kind of where we're at now with it. All right, guys, 6 minutes. Well, green is good, Trader Mike. All right, market's about to bounce back up, it looks like. Again, Microsoft is really what's kind of pushing it back up. Google's starting to test highs at the open as well. So Google breaking highs. Google just broke highs at the open, which is nice to see. I should have added to it, bro. I thought about adding to it. Some other stuff's dropping, but that's kind of where we're at now. Um, 5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes before existing home sales data comes out. I have no idea if you should sell or not. No idea. Nobody does. I have no idea what the market's going to do. Not an expert, not liable if you lose. No idea about anything like that. Part of me wants to short this. I guess we will. There we go. Caught the short. All right, we cover. We're up over 100 on the day now, so we've got an effective cushion on the day at this point. Here's the P&L to where we can probably start to take some larger risk. We'll see how that goes, but we could probably justifiably take some larger risk. I'm going to wait for home sales data to come out first. We do have home sales data dropping in about 3.5 or about 3 minutes, actually. So I'm going to wait for the data to show up first. And again, if you want to try out the futures market, day trade, essentially the S&P 500, which is what you see here. There's no PDT in futures. You can day trade and short as much as you want. And a great way to get started, if you're a new trader and you don't want to take on a lot of risk, a funded account program is the easiest way to do it. You don't take on a lot of risk. You can day trade short with no PDT restriction. And what they do is they give you a demo. If you can hit the target on their demo while following their rules, then they fund you between 50 to 150K with a 90% split. The beautiful part about it is that most traders are going to lose, and that's great because most new traders are going to lose, and it's a lot cheaper to lose on Top Step than it is to lose with a big account where you're risking thousands of dollars. It's a beautiful way to test yourself. The base package is less than 140 bucks a month. You have some pressure, but it's not the full extent of risking thousands. And I think in that regard, it's a beautiful thing. It saves people money. But I'm also sponsored by them and they pay me money. So I'm definitely biased in their favor just for transparency purposes. But yeah, check it out. There's the link. We got the money, or we got the data coming out in about 2 minutes. All right, guys, less than 2 minutes, about a minute and a half. We've had pretty good accuracy today. You can see my win-loss ratio today is about 8.5 to 1. You can see that right there. So my win-to-loss ratio is pretty high right now. Again, we'll see if it continues, but I mean, pumps is subjective. It's like rip or breakdown or whatever you want to say, flying up or popping up or pumping up or breaking down or dumping, however you want to. It's a subjective interpretation description. So I mean, how it's kind of like measuring a lot. It's going to be relative. You know what I mean? It's going to be relative. All right, guys. Data coming out in about a minute. Yeah, rip t-shirt, bro. Rip is a forbidden word here, apparently, bro. Nah, you know they're just trying to start drama when they argue with me over what rip means or what pop means or what dump means. Like, none of it matters, man. We're looking at short-term time frames, All right. Market's starting to bounce back up. It's at 402.50s. All right, here's the data coming out right now. Expectations are 4.1 million. They showed up at 4 million, less than expected existing home sales. 4 million. We covered the data fast. 4 million is what it showed up as versus 4.10 million expected. Less than expected existing home sales. On the month, it came in at minus 0.7 versus 2%. So much worse than expected existing home sales. And again, we're getting a negative response here, which is different than how we got on PMI, right? So again, now we have less than expected home sales, and the market's actually reacting negatively to a certain extent. But again, we'll have to wait and see how it really plays out. But less than expected existing home sales came in at 4 million versus 4.1 million expected. So yeah, we'll see what we get. But that is existing home sales. Again, 4 million versus 4.1 million expected. And again, we'll see what happens. We're still pretty early. We could essentially get any reaction here. All right, so here's the data up on screen. I told you guys we cover it quickly here, so subscribe, guys. We covered that data within freaking a quarter of a second. Hit the subscribe button. It's less than expected. Yeah, I'm green, super wild. Not super green, but we're green nonetheless. All right, home sales came in lower than expected. I guess that's a positive for inflation. No, it's consistent. It dropped on PMI growth and expansion in sectors, which would mean that if new home sales came in less, if it's consistent, we should go up, which we actually are now. So that's nice. Again, at least it's consistent. We know inflation is still leading the market in terms of fear. And so anything that evokes more spending is bad. And that's how the market's been reacting to it. So at least that's consistent. All right, market's starting to flush down. All right, sideways action right now. We're kind of sitting in the middle waiting for something to show up as the market's consolidating back and forth, and it has been now. So, again, we'll see. Google's starting to move up, so that's good. All right, waiting for things to break down here. See if the market can flush a little bit more. There we go. It just means that the existing home sales were higher than expected, which means spending is higher, which means inflation is worse. You know, that's the nuance of it right now, is that inflation is getting worse. You know, so we'll see what happens, but that's essentially what it means right now. Yeah, you can see the market here. Here's essentially the market right now. SPY is breaking down. All right, so we're really starting to break down here. We are shorting the market breakdown. We have a contract with a regular E-mini. You can kind of see we're writing this down. I had like much larger size than this, but I want to give this one time to really break. We're up about 125, 130 on this one. I'll go ahead and cut that one out. So we just made a big little trade from it. Again, we built up a cushion on the day, and then we swung into that cushion. And so we could have came out a little bit better. I think we made about $440 right now. So we did really well with it, but we could have made more. But I think that's the path I'm going to take with this is build up cushion and then swing into that cushion. So not too shabby. We'll take that. Yeah, essentially, that's basically what it is, Eric. You know, a little bit more down to earth. Home buys makes people more optimistic, I guess, is what it is. You know, it's like my short. Looks like it was good to get out of my short, bro, because. Hey, thank you, morning. Like I said, what I did is I built up the cushion of $120, $130. And then once I had that, I scaled up dramatically, you know, and we were actually up more. We were up like 600 or 700, but we, you know, slippage and we got out a little bit, but not bad. And again, this is how you do it on these funded account programs is you build up a cushion. I built up a cushion of like $100, $100 to $200 with small size. Then once I have that cushion, and it's really important to stay disciplined, then you swing up and you take a little bit larger size. Like that's the right way to do this, in my opinion. If you do that, when you lose, it should be small. You're down like like $100 or two. When you make money, it should be bigger gains. And if you scale up and then lose, you should be right back to break even or down slightly. And then you need to just give up for the day, or you can move back down to small size. I think if you do it right, that's the way to do it. And again, if you want to try it out, check out the link in the description. Also, guys, check out Chart Prime is another really useful thing. Like, to be honest, I used Chart Prime this morning into some of these bounces here. You saw the trade where I called the bounce. And again, if you look at Chart Prime here, it's a trading view indicator service. It's super cheap, man. Like, if we really look at this, like, it's so cheap. Like, it literally is like you can buy a Happy Meal with the same amount of price. I've been playing with some of the other indicators on TradingView, but if you look at this, you can literally buy a Happy Meal with how much price it is. Maybe like 3 Happy Meals, but still, they're a sponsor of mine. I'm definitely biased in their favor. But look at the reversal signals today. Reversal up, nice bounce. Reversal down, nice drop. Reversal up, nice bounce. And we traded off some of these as well. Reversal up, nice bounce. And this is just a small little piece. They also show you candlestick indicators, a bunch of other stuff, and it's like $30 a month or something like that if you use my link. It's 40% off. Look at it in pre-market this morning too. Like, look, reversal down, drop, reversal up, bounce, reversal down, drop, reversal up, bounce, reversal down, drop, reversal up, bounce, reversal up, bounce, reversal down, drop. So much. Like, they're pretty accurate. Again, I can't guarantee you're going to make money. They're a sponsor of mine. I'm definitely biased in their favor. But again, check them out. Again, very cheap indicator service. I'm definitely biased because they're a sponsor of mine. Check out the link in the description. I'm a head out, guys. We're green on the day. I'm up almost 500. I'm gonna bow out before I end up giving that back to the market here, team. So I'm gonna get out of here. I love you all. Y'all be safe. My tooth is also out, so it's kind of hard to speak. But y'all be good. Be safe. Stay safe in markets. I'll see you guys later.